Back here on the judges' stand and the start-finish line on the Ohio River in Madison, Indiana. Brad Luce here, back on the H1 Unlimited live stream, but we are live on the Madison Regatta public address system. We have the voice of the Madison Regatta on the hook with us here, Jeff Ayler. Welcome to our part of the broadcast, or maybe me welcome into your part of the broadcast, but we're going to shift it over to you, but we just finished a very good lunch break. I think we had some fun here on the tower. Hope the fans did and got to enjoy some of the vendors here up and down Vaughn Drive. Great scene here in Madison, Indiana.
Yeah, Brad, I did. Good afternoon to you and good afternoon to all of our fans along the shoreline and, of course, watching worldwide with H1 Unlimited via YouTube. And Brad, during the lunch break, Miss Madison Board of Director member Dave Taylor brought up Kelly Jo Norris and Morgan Cole with Goodman Real Estate. Their first visit to Madison, Indiana, very important because Goodman Real Estate is the sponsor for the local hydroplane here this weekend, Miss Madison Racing, the U91. Miss Goodman Real Estate, I asked them 3 trivia questions. They knew each one. They involved Main Street, Hinkles, and Shipley's.
That covers the bases, doesn't it? Is there anything else?
Bellows.
And never mind. We do know. We do know that Jeff can recite the phone number in the middle of a dead sleep. He could do that. We did have some information that we passed along on the live stream that I'm not sure you had the opportunity to discuss with the fans here along the shoreline, that being that everybody in our H1 Unlimited Heat 4 did clear tech inspection. So the results we saw on the water are final and confirmed.
And that's good. They got those done pretty swiftly, but we went right to our break. So if they were a little bit delayed to you coming across, we do apologize for that. But heat number 4, everyone cleared tech. No calls on the race course. We're under 6 minutes away until all-phase Pro Light heat number 2. Brad, this will be interesting. Madison Regatta President Jake McCormick and Carl Adams' Maximum Racing, the 323. Jake makes his first ever inboard start here in 5 minutes, 40 seconds.
That is going to be exciting. I'm going to watch. You guys are going to talk. Jordan Bear, you ready to go, my friend?
Yes, sir.
Well, let's get the headset on you. Jordan Bear, back on the PA.
Thank you, Brad. Jordan rejoins me with coverage with the Pro Light. 5 minutes, 20 seconds until the start. 6 boats all in the water. Jordan, I'll bring them down to the 5-minute period here in all-phase Pro Light, heat number 2 at the 2024 Madison Regatta. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. 5-minute period in session for Pro Light heat number 2, sponsored by All Phase and Jordan Bear. Let's hope we have 6 go, and let's hope Jake McCormick has a successful run his first ever inboard heat.
Absolutely, and I'm curious to see what Jake McCormick will do. The 323 had some issues earlier, and now we are seeing Jake McCormick in the 323 Maximum Racing. I have a feeling he'll be a fan favorite here on the Ohio River on the First Financial Bank Wild Mill Cantrell Memorial Racecourse. McCormick trying to get his way out of here. Looks like he's having some engine issues, though, right out of the gate. All other 5 boats are out on to the raceway right now. McCormick right in front of the dock here, and he is trying to spool that and get it going. But it is a little bit of a struggle right now, Jeff.
1 1/4 mile course for the Pro Light, the First Financial Bank Wild Bill Cantrell Memorial Racecourse. 4-lap heat, fight for lane, clock start. Any penalties involved in inboard racing is a 1-minute penalty on your lapse time without a serious infraction, which would be a DQ, which happens but not very frequently.
And it looks like still McCormick, but I'm worried right now. He looks like he's going almost toward the front straightaway. If he can't get that fired up, he may want to kind of veer right a little bit so he could stay off the road, off the raceway here, because right now he's going straight for the front straightaway, and that would be a dangerous spot for him to be in.
And Jordan, he is the president of the regatta, and I'm sure they're radioing him that. And let's see if Jake can get a light to the 323 maximum security. 3:15 until the start. Dominant white boat off turn number 1. That's Joe Less in the Senseless 14. Joe hails from Grand Island, New York. We got a bunch of them, 4 of them, scoring up together. The dominant red boat is the Hold On Loosely, number 55, driven by Rob Becky out of Ortonville, Michigan. Blue and white boat to the outside, a rookie, Alex Magna, out of Pinckney, Michigan, driving the Wolverine. Red and black boat, Jeff Sankurin, the number 17 Modern Drummer, out of Marine City, Michigan. And our second dominant white craft out of Allen Park, Michigan, hull number 40. Dylan Goodell drives the all-point construction. 2 minutes and 30 seconds until the start. Jordan Baird, Jake McCormick needs to have this boat up in a planing attitude prior to the 1 minute period to be an eligible starter.
Absolutely, and again, he's still haven't seen it really fire up here over the last couple of minutes, so don't know if he's just trying to maybe steer it away or if he's still trying to get a light there, but he kind of chipped away from the dock area right when it started, and it never really got fully going, so McCormick really got to get it. I see kind of some waves behind the boat trying to get going, but it looks like it's going to be tough, and Jeff, you said he's got to be up by 1 minute. Well, we're with 55 seconds left, and if not, then he's not going to be able to run in this heat.
And the one positive, Jake is in a safe position on the race course. He's actually just a touch outside the insurance markers here on the front straightaway on the First Financial Bank Wild Bill Cantrell Memorial Race Course. 1 minute and 35 seconds away until all phase Pro Light Heat number 2. And speaking of all phase, that is the company that Jake McCormick is employed with full time. And Jake, crack it up. I want to see you out here in all phase Pro Light Heat number 2, but time is running out.
He's got about 17 seconds. We're at 1:15 till the start of this race, and all the other boats now coming around turn number 1. You don't want to be early here, and McCormick's now got less than 10 seconds. It does not look like he's going to be on planing attitude, as now we're at 3, 2, 1 mark. We're at 1 minute, and that will do it for McCormick.
Need a little remote control ether maybe to put under that carburetor to get her going.
Oh, man. So here we go again. We are 48 seconds until the start of Pro Light Heat number 2 on this Sunday.
Of course, you don't remember ethyl gasoline either, do you?
I have no idea what you're talking
about.
Let's
get back to racing.
So
35 seconds left.
35 seconds left. Boat slowly coming up. Looks like Les may be on the inside there. Les, of course, won earlier today. Had a great race earlier today between him and Rob Betke. Rob Betke right to his right. Don't ever count out Dylan Goodell either. Dylan Goodell had a really, really good day yesterday. We're at 15 seconds to the start as they come. Again, you jump early, it's a 1 minute penalty. We are at 10 seconds until the start. We're at 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark, we're racing in Pro Light Heat number 2. It is Dylan Goodell leading him across the way, but right to his left is Rob Betke, and on the inside it is Joe Les as they go around turn number 1 heading to the backstretch. It's going to be Joe Les taking the lead, but Goodell's going to be right there to his right, as is Betke. But right now it is Les leading him up the backstretch, Jeff.
We'll wait for official word. I think Goodell nailed it, but right now Joe Les is humming in the Senseless 14, leading on the buoy row. It was a legal start in all phase Pro Light Heat number 2. Les in front, but Jordan, don't count out Goodell in second. He's a charger.
He is. We saw him what he was able to do yesterday, but Joe Les nailed that start perfectly right on the buoy row, and he's got the shorter track around. He's going to be looking. It's going to be 1 lap complete. They go 4 times around here on the race course. But right now it's Joe Les in Senseless 14. He is whopping it back and forth. Got a little light. Goodell behind him by about a rooster tail. Rob Betke in third. It is Sancure in fourth and Magna in fifth. It's still a race for first between Les and Goodell, but right now Les has the inside lane, Jeff, and he's got about a rooster tail lead.
I think Goodell is close, but if he has, it's just ever so slightly. But Joe Les, though, a nice lead off turn number 1 up the back straightaway. Now he actually extends it here in all phase Pro Light Heat number 2. Les, the veteran, coming back to inboard hydroplane racing. Lots of hydroplane time with the wheel in his hands. Leads it in turn number 2, but Goodell will not give up. He'll chase to the finish.
Les is coming around again to complete lap number 2, but again, it is still Goodell right there to his right. He's got to make up some ground on that turn, but a nice turn by Les. Pushed him out a little bit, but 2 down, 2 to go, as it is still Joe Les. It was a legal start, so Joe Les looking for his second victory of the day, his third victory of the weekend. Dylan Goodell right there. He's not going to let him get away easily. Rob Betke comes across in third, Sancure in fourth, Magna in fifth. But right now it is still Joe Les, Jeff, as he looks ahead and tries to hold off Goodell.
Les, your leader, now making a tail and a half over Dylan Goodell in second. Jordan, I spoke to Joe Les briefly yesterday morning. Jeff, this is my first appearance to Madison, Indiana. I welcomed him. I've said I'm only 4 miles from the drink, and he is in love with his first visit to Madison.
Well, glad to hear it. We welcome all visitors. We have several first-time visitors here to Madison, Indiana, and he's looking for it in a big way. He comes around the turn of the exit pin of turn number 2. He's going to be looking for the white flag. 3 down, 1 to go. Joe Les 1 lap away from another victory here in Pro Light Heat number 2. He is whopping the Sponsons left and right. Goodell about 2 rooster tails back from Joe Les. You wonder if Goodell may just take the points here, because right now Joe Les looks awfully impressive as he heads into turn number 1. He looks to keep it on the water, Jeff, and bring it home for the checkered flag.
Final lap for the 5 running. Les in front, followed by Goodell. Betke in third, Sancure in fourth, Magna in fifth. Joe Les 1/2 a lap away to victory in all-phase Pro Light Heat 2. Dominating performance, and that lead craft will be in Valleyfield, Quebec, Canada next weekend for the inboard hydroplane Super Bowl.
My goodness, and what a show that should be. Joe Les coming around, goes a little wide. He's got room to play with now as he's got a big enough lead. He looks up to the judges' stand here, brought to you by German American Bank. There's the checkered flag. Your winner of Pro Light Heat 2, presented by All Phase, is Joe Les in the 500 senseless 14. Right behind him, it comes Dylan Goodell. Rob Betke, let me tell you what, was coming hard as well. But right now it is Dylan Goodell that is coming across. He'll get a second place finish. Rob Betke, he will come across in third. Sancure, he's going to come across in fourth place. And then Alex Magna going to be coming across in fifth, Jeff.
Jordan, great job with the call of all-phase Pro Light Heat number 2 here at the 2024 Madison Regatta. Sancure crosses in fourth out of Marine City, Michigan. Jeff, with a new paint look this year for 2024, adding some more red to the dominant black, and nice paint work on this boat, the Wolverine, owned and driven by Alex Magna out of Michigan. So your winner, Joe Les, Dylan Goodell in second, Rob Betke third, Jeff Sancure in fourth, Alex Magna in fifth, and Jake McCormick, an unfortunate, did not start.
Did not start, never really got going. He kind of pushed away from the docks a little bit. Every time he tried to fire it up, that engine just was not going. They've had some issues a good chunk of the week, and hopefully they can get it fixed before the Pro Light final a little later on today. But either way, a solid race once again for Joe Les. That's his third victory on the weekend. He had some engine issues yesterday. He did grab the victory in heat number 1, but he comes in right now as the winner of Pro Light Heat 2. So right now, again, the boat's coming in to the Red Ball Recycling Docks. We still got more racing to come here, but again, all-phase Pro Light Heat 2 goes to Joe Les in the senseless 14. Nice run by Dylan Goodell. Still don't count him out in that final. We saw what Goodell was able to do yesterday.
Joining us not only on the public address system, but on the World Wide Web at H1 Unlimited via YouTube, Indiana Governor Eric Holcomb. Welcome back to Madison. I'm going to hand you this headset. Our fans can hear you. Our worldwide audience can hear you. Jordan Bear will ask you the questions. You look great. I hear you know all about Shipley's and that cup of coffee or the cup of coffee at Shipley's and the burger at Hinkle's.
Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, Indiana Governor Eric Holcomb. Governor, how are you, my friend?
It doesn't get any better than this, obviously.
It doesn't. Well, first of all, welcome back to Madison. I know you always love coming here.
Yeah, been coming here for decades and decades. It just seems like every year it just takes it to the next level. It just looks, it's gorgeous. Obviously the weather is picture perfect, but all the landscaping that's been done over the years and the viewing stand and all the things that when I was coming here back in the 90s to date me, this wasn't here. And so it's all fan centric, and that's pretty cool when a customer that's, you know, putting some skin in the game themselves to get a good experience can enjoy it from start to finish.
Well, you're a young 25, Governor. What are you talking about?
Yeah. I haven't been to all 74 of the races, but I've been to a good number of them.
You know, you're a former Hanover Panther, as am
Yeah,
I, which
yes.
is, of course, always so special to talk to you.
Yeah.
So you've been to Madison before. You know, you see what it's grown here. You see the work the Riverfront's done, the parks, the new businesses here. You know, as a governor, obviously you live in Indianapolis, which is a great city in its own right. But as governor of this great state, you have got to feel special to see small towns like Madison being able to still thrive and grow continuously.
Madison really is, you know, just the heartbeat of Indiana, and obviously with its rich history, beautiful terrain, so much to do here. Yeah, we got a race in Indianapolis too that's known around the world, but we got a race here too, right? And it draws tens of thousands of people year after year after year. And it's just special to be part of a community that values quality of life, place-making initiatives, you know, even not just thinking about building a trail from Madison to Hanover College, but actually setting out to do it. And that's what's really happened down here in this quadrant of our state and in Madison. I always say Norman Rockwell, if he had to paint America, he would come to Madison, Indiana, and he would just have a blank canvas to just go to work on. And but it's cool to see the momentum here, and the vibe is electric. It's not just the electric lady; it's the vibe overall is what keeps people coming back, I think.
Now, we mentioned Hinkle's before we went on the air. I'm guessing you visited that just a few times during your Hanover days.
I drove by and pointed it out again today, and I've been to Hinkle's probably every hour it was open.
You know, another thing I wanted to ask you is a really, really cool announcement from WWE here recently. The Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, and SummerSlam, their three biggest events, all going to be coming to Indianapolis, including the Royal Rumble this year.
Yeah.
Talk about, you know, what you had to do with that, kind of how that worked. WWE is a major organization, the top professional wrestling company in the world, but to have three events like that come to Indiana, that's got to be special.
Well, and you just think about those, and coming off of the NBA All-Star Game, you know, really weak, coming off an Indy 500 that drew over 300,000 fans. To think about, oh, by the way, Taylor Swift is ending her Eras tour three nights in November. You got the Caitlin Clark effect that's going on.
What she did yesterday was awesome.
And so, yeah, the capital city is a huge draw. It's a convention mecca in the country. And so to be able to pull all different types of, whether it's, Gen Con, or the Firefighters Union convention every single year, or FFA convention. These are long-term commitments by organizations that we want to come to the heart of the heartland, and specifically the crossroads of America, and that's Indiana. We occupy not just beautiful terrain here, but it's very magnetic when it comes to how do you grow a convention and a gathering.
You know, you've been coming to Madison for several years. Your term is going to be coming to a close this year, which I personally am very sad about because you've been such a huge supporter.
Talk to my wife.
Okay, I'll do that, Governor, I promise. But, you're going to be thinking about your time after your term as governor ends in January. What about moving to Madison, Indiana?
Well, might do that. I got a couple friends that I went to school with who weren't from Madison, who now have a place in Madison. So when I said magnetic, I meant it. This is to be able to wake up and to see this view and to be around the quality people that call Madison home, and to see the arts, and to see the high quality of life and what a neighbor really means as you're taking it all in. That's pretty special, and so maybe it'll be on the list. I still got 190, I think, days. That's a little under 4,800 hours, or 4,000.
Not that you're counting anything.
I'm down to the hours, and there's a lot to do between now and then. But yes, finding a place to lay our head down when we're not in office will be a priority as well when that day gets there. But until then, I'm going to focus on the job I got.
Well, and it's been 8 years of leadership into this. You took over in you were elected in 2016, reelected in 2020. Talk about reflecting your time, 8 years serving Indiana. Of course, we dealt with the horrible COVID-19 pandemic, which of course you and Dr. Box, everyone did such a great job trying to get us through, developing vaccines, everything else. Now you look back, just reflect on your 8 years in office.
Well, it's been a time of growth, and what I'm probably most proud of, and Madison just exemplifies this, is it's been a time of partnerships, and that's how we're growing from community to community or region to region. When you think about our local health initiatives, of which Mayor Bob Courtney was a key part of, you mentioned Dr. Box, but we set out after COVID to say, how can we get more dollars into local programs and them being driven from the bottom up? Or when you talk about our infrastructure, road projects, again, Mayor Courtney's been very involved with our Department of Transportation on not just on Main, but other parts of the city. And when you think about the READY program, you know, when I was coming in, I was checking out this, obviously, but also the movie theater. And READY dollars are getting put into places that the local leadership, meaning local government, philanthropic communities, different organizations and associations, we partner with them. And that's how we're building from the ground up, and that's how we're prioritizing what's locally driven. And it's making a huge difference to draw talent and to draw population. And again, Madison is kind of exhibit A on how to do it.
Well, Governor, you're a very, very busy man. We are grateful for your service.
Not too busy for today, though. If they call this work, I'll do it every day.
I had to say, absolutely. And you're going to be handing off the Governor's Cup a little later today. That is Madison Regatta President there, Jake McCormick.
Yep.
He's right there.
It's a family tradition, right?
It absolutely is. His grandfather won the 1971 Gold Cup here.
Yep.
But Governor Holcomb, my fellow Hanover Panther, I appreciate it, my friend.
Jordan.
Always great seeing you.
Always good to see you both.
Always good to see you, buddy. I appreciate it, Governor Holcomb. I know we'll talk again.
Absolutely.
And Brad Luce, I'm going to, wherever you are, I'm going to hand this headset back to you in just a moment because we got H1 Unlimited racing coming up here momentarily.
Thank you very much, Jeff Ayler and Jordan Bear, for the great call of our Pro Light Heat. Unfortunately, we didn't get Jake McCormick out on the race course. He gave it a valiant effort, but in his place, we did have a nice interview there that I hope everybody caught with the governor of the great state of Indiana. He will be here later for our final heat. Always good to see him on the tower. He shows up every year. He was, if I've got this right, he was born and raised just down the river over on the Kentucky side. And that may not be correct, but I know he was in the area here somewhere where he was born and raised. So he grew up with the Madison Regatta and always makes it his part to get here and join in the festivities. It has been an absolutely outstanding day of racing, and we've got so much more to go. We still have a preliminary heat of H1 Unlimited hydroplane racing to go. That'll be our H1 Heat 5. Looking at the schedule, that is slated to come up at 3:10. 3:10, we're at 2:52, so we should have boats going in the water. And although you can't see it on our stream, we do have boats going in. The 91 Goodman Real Estate is going in the water, as is Corey Peabody's ride, the U9, the Beacon Plumbing. They squared off in our Heat 4, and it was Corey Peabody coming away with the victory. He's 3 for 3 with a top qualifier award. So far it has been all about the U9 and Corey Peabody and Beacon Plumbing. We said we expected them to have a bounce-back weekend this weekend, and so far, true to form, they have done exactly that. So that heat is scheduled to come up at 3:10. We're going to follow that at 3:40 with our Pro Light Sunday final. 4 o'clock, the Grand Prix Hoosier Nationals final. And then at 4:30, it's the Indiana Governor's Cup presented by Morgan Foods. So a lot still to happen. The weather here is still perfect. Water conditions, I honestly don't think you could draw them up any better than what we have right here. It's very, very good, as you can see. So just kind of waiting for things to happen here at the 2024 Madison Regatta. It's been busy here on the judges' stand. How you doing, my friend?
Awesome. How are you?
That's good. Good. There's lots of, oh boy, they're handing out, WORX is handing out buttons here. Jean Theorette's up here. We've had the governor up here. I tell you, we're doing good. We've got Tyler Eccles up here on the tower now. It's his birthday. He's 38 years old. Yeah, I'm only 2 years older than Tyler. He's 38.
19 never looks so good.
Oh, it's been a long 3 days, but the big stuff's still yet to come, but we're having a good time, and the racing on the water has not disappointed. We also had the Regatta pageant winners up here, and there's still some of them here behind us that have yet to be interviewed on the PA. But we have the Miss Madison Regatta pageant. We have the Miss Teen Regatta pageant. We have the Miss Preteen Madison Regatta pageant. And they've got plenty of runner-ups and so forth. So it's a lot of people have come by the tower here as the anticipation begins to build toward this 2024 Indiana Governor's Cup. We did not finish our 2023 Indiana Governor's Cup. The weather was extremely dicey, to say the least. We had severe weather warnings in the area. I know on at least 3 occasions we buckled up this entire tent we're under and tarped ourselves in. It was cold, it was windy, it was wet, and then we finally put boats on the water, and unfortunately Dustin Eccles blew over in the final heat at the completion of lap number 1, and it was a lap that looked like it was going to be some pretty terrific racing between Dylan Runny and the Madison favorite Miss Homestreet and J. Michael Kelly in the Beacon Electric. And speaking of J. Michael Kelly and the Beacon Electric, Darrell Strong has now joined us up here on the judges' tower. He's got a smile on his face. I would think he would. His boats have been running extremely well. We talked about a bounce-back weekend for the Beacon team, specifically Corey Peabody and the Beacon Plumbing, and so far they have had it. He's hit the water 3 times. He's got 3 first-place finishes, and he was our top qualifier. So far it's a perfect weekend, but there's a lot still yet to do. He's got this Heat 5, which will be the final preliminary heat, and then he's got to go out in that 5-lap winner-take-all final. I will come back with some scenarios about points and getting on the front row, because we are going to have 4 boats on the front row. All 5 boats are going to be eligible in the final, but only 4 of them are going to be on the front row. We're going to figure out some scenarios on that. And in the meantime, as we pick and place our H1 Unlimiteds and place them in the river, I'll step away for just a moment. I'll come back with some scenarios on who can get on the front row by doing what on the race course. Stand by. Brad Luce at the 2024 Madison Regatta. Back here on the start-finish line, Brad Luce at the 2024 Indiana Governor's Cup in the Madison Regatta. I said I would come back with some scenarios. And thanks to Statman, Nick Kish. If you ever want to know what the points chase looks like at any point in time, Nick Kish is your man. I'm going to tell you the story. I've said it before, but it was a few years ago. 3, is that right? 3 years ago in San Diego, I got introduced to this young man. He shows up with a piece of paper. Jean, you might want to listen to this. He had a piece of paper pinned to the front of his shirt, and it said Stat Boy on it. And you look at his socks, and they don't match. One red, one blue, and I'm going, who is this guy? And they go, Brad, this guy's going to help you out a little bit. The whole weekend long, he came with information like this. He goes, Brad, just wanted to let you know that if this guy, all this stuff. At the end of the weekend, I turned around on air and I said, Nick Kish, I am never doing another boat race without you. And I have not ever done it. And the next year he showed up, he is now Stat Man. He's
Stat Man.
He is the Stat Man. So I said I would come back with some scenarios, and Jean and I aren't good enough to figure this out,
No.
but Kish is. So here's how it works. We've got 5 boats in the pit area, so there's not a lot of mystery about who's going to be in the final because they're all going to be in the final. As we are inside 5 to the 5, we're coming up on 9:30 to the start. But we're only going to have 4 on the front row, and we're going to have 1 trailer boat. One change this year, Jean, we have the trailer boat now starting 10 seconds behind the field, not 5.
Okay.
We've moved them back.
Okay.
And that's because of our start procedure that we have. So he'll be 10 seconds back, whoever it is. But here's the deal. So 4 on the front row in the final. The U1, Beacon Electric, and J. Michael Kelly is in this heat. If he finishes with points, he's on the front row. So he can finish 1st through 4th. He just doesn't want that DSQ or a DNF. He needs to get points, any number of which will guarantee the U1, Beacon Electric, J. Michael Kelly will be on the front row. With regards to the U11, the Mercury's Coffee, if they finish in 3rd place or better, 1st, 2nd, or 3rd for the U11 Mercury's Coffee, they will be on the front row.
line.
And if both of those things happen, the 40, Bucket List Racing, will be our trailer.
So the 91 is automatically on the first line?
Sounds
front
like
line?
they're already
Okay.
on the front row, and so is
Okay.
Corey.
Okay, yeah, exactly.
And Corey in the 9.
Yeah.
So they are our 2 top point getters. So those 2 are on the front row. It's just who's going to join them. Now, Nick didn't say what happened. I'm assuming then if the 1 does not get any points, he will drop back to the trailer position and the 40 would move up.
Yeah.
So if the 1 finishes and the 11 finishes 3rd or better, so that's one to watch right here, because it looks to me then like the race here is going to be between the 40 and the 11.
Exactly.
And if whoever, we're getting numbers in our ear, the 11 has 638. The 1 is at 680.
Oh, that's close.
All right, let's throw it down to Erica. She's got something for us on the dock. Erica?
Brad, despite some stellar performances this weekend, J. Michael Kelly said he believes the U1 has been down on power. However, as the weekend continues, things are slowly progressing and they find a little something with each attempt out. He said it's crucial to get one of the inside lanes because of that, and that is why we see him fighting so hard during the milling period. Regardless of the highs and lows this weekend has brought him, he said he is happy and satisfied with the boat and the direction he and the team are going. He said for him, the emphasis is on getting through the corners clean, not garnering any penalties, and simply collecting as many points as possible. So I'm excited to see him go here in Heat 5, guys.
Thank you, Erica. That's a great report. And I think what a lot of that boils down to right at the very end, Jean, was when Erica said, J. Michael Kelly is focused on just getting as many points as he can. He's got that U1 on his boat. I think he likes it. I think he wants to hang on to that one.
He's defending his championship, and that's very normal, you know.
And you've been in that position. Everybody's taking a shot at you.
Absolutely.
You know they're coming.
You're the number one guy, and you got a target in your back.
And you wouldn't have it any other way.
Absolutely. That's the way you want it.
We alluded to this earlier when we were talking about just some previous races that you've been in and I was at and broadcasting, and we talk about getting in drivers' heads. You had some epic battles with Dave Vilwalk in Seattle. We talked about him He's here this weekend. Have you seen Dave?
Yeah, I saw him go by. I didn't talk to him, but it's kind of sad the boat isn't here.
Yeah, I wish we could have had it here. It's a great-looking boat.
Yeah,
it's all red, white, and blue, and
I saw it run in Gunnersville on the web there, and for a brand new boat, I thought it has a lot of potential.
yeah, granted, it's a big course down there and it's fast, but I don't care. The second time he was on the water, he takes a lap at $163 for a brand new boat right out of the box.
Impressive.
It
impressive.
says something about Dave Villwalk,
Yes.
too, and his ability to set
Exactly.
the boat up.
Yeah, and the whole team to put all that together right.
Absolutely. So we're coming up on 40 seconds until the beginning of our Heat 5. Look at that shot. For those of you watching on the H1 Unlimited YouTube channel, they start to push the nose of the boats. I love that shot.
Look at Jay Michael. He's pushing out there.
They're starting to put the noses out. Mike wants that inside lane.
Yeah.
He wants to come off that dock quick, and he can do so in 20 seconds. Our boats, the 91, the Goodman Real Estate, the 1, the Beacon Electric, the 9, the Beacon Plumbing, and the 11, the Mercuries.com. Or, as I like to say, Tate, Kelly, Peabody, Nielsen, inside 10 seconds, inside 5 seconds, 2, 1, mark.
Here they go.
Here they go. See if
Andrew's
Kelly gets
got a
the
good
jump.
start. Andrew's got a good start there.
Yeah, isn't this something? Now we're racing off the dock.
Exactly.
I love it. And the last time we saw Kelly and Tate come away, Kelly came out quick and kind of scooted up alongside Andrew, but he's not going to get there this time.
Unless Andrew's going to live in the room.
Yeah, look at Kelly. He's going to go down there and run after him.
Yep.
These guys are racing off the dock.
Corey's inside there.
Look at that. J. Michael Kelly, he was a little bit behind Andrew Tate. Great look there from the drone as they come off the corner.
Corey's trying to get the inside there.
Yeah, here comes Corey.
Yeah, I think JMK gave him some room.
Wow, look at that. Okay, so right now, John, here we are talking about lanes. There's 4 minutes left to go. Now watch Nielsen, see what he does. He's going to scoop by everybody. Yeah. He's got to have 5 boat
He's going for lane 1.
He's got it.
He's going for lane 1.
He can come over now.
Yep.
Well, this is that whole new start procedure. This is kind of fun. And we're seeing something different every time the guys come out on the water. See what? Yep, look at Jamie. He's going to stay inside. He can go where he wants.
There he goes.
And remember, all the boats have to go all the way around the course, 1 lap, and now Jamie pulls his foot. So now we'll see how it works. Is he going to cut down here? That's what everybody's been doing.
Yeah.
So coming up behind him, here comes JMK. He's gone by everybody except Nielsen.
Corey's staying between
Corey's
JMK
staying,
and
he's hanging
Jamie.
Back. Let's see. Who's going where here? You guys want to hang a left? There goes Jamie. There goes Kelly. Look
at Corey.
Yep. Look at Corey. Is he going to jump inside of everybody, trying to hurry over there to the other side? Not going to get the. Yes, he is. Oh, that got close over there, but they made it work. Meanwhile, Andrew Tate said, "You guys have fun."
Yeah. JMK's lane 3.
Yep. Wow, how about that? And that's how things can change. And we're still a long ways away from the start, John. We're at 2 minutes and 45 seconds. And remember now, they're going to come around the top end of the race course, and they can't cross the start-finish line here before 1:30.
I think Jamie's changed strategies right now.
Yeah, I think he is too, because he's coming down.
He's got a minute to burn.
And that's not going to fly.
No.
So
the 2 strong boats are going to lay back and wait for it.
So we'll watch. Here comes Jamie Nielsen down the front straightaway. He cannot. He's going to have to put his foot. Look where Andrew Tate is. He's halfway up the backstretch. Now see if Jamie cuts the course again. He will. Now it's going to be interesting now to see what he does coming up on 2:10. Would Jamie entertain cutting the course again?
Are they allowed?
Yes, he can do this.
Okay.
Before the 1:30, which he's not going to do. He's going to run up to the top end. He and Andrew are going to bring speed. So right now it's Corey Peabody sitting in 1, JMK sitting in 2. Andrew Tate, we would assume, would slot himself into lane 3 and Nielsen in lane 4, but the lanes are not established yet. 1:40, so they got 5 seconds to kill.
Look at Andrew there.
Yep, okay. Andrew's going to bring speed.
Yeah.
Radio guys explain to Mike. Clearly a clean score up.
Yep.
And Corey's sitting on the inside. Now our lanes are still not yet established. If somebody can get a 5-boat overlap. Look at those 3 boats, deck to deck to deck, coming out of the corner. There's room between them. They looked closer than they were.
Well, Corey's got lane 1.
This is really good stuff. So Corey came out of the corner, gave it a little squirt, and then found out nobody was coming with him. Now they will establish their lanes at the top end of the race course at the entrance to turn 2. I think the start procedure is turning out to be fun.
Yes.
And the boats are going to go up to the top end of the race course. Corey Peabody currently sitting in 1, J. Michael Kelly in 2, Andrew Tate is in 3, and on the outside is Jamie Nielsen in the U11, themercuries.com. And they are just about to the entrance pin, after which, boom, right there, those lanes are established. Corey in 1, Mike in 2, going to be Andrew in 3, Jamie Nielsen on the outside. What is it off that corner, John?
16 or 17 seconds.
They're a couple ticks early, but they'll figure that out. They'll scruff it off. Here we come again.
Yeah, that's all good.
Yep, time to put the, look at that shot on the live stream coming right at the drone.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. Who's going to break the clock? We are 1 second. Mark, it's legal.
Good start.
Wow, and it was a fast start.
Yes.
J. Michael Kelly and Andrew Tate were deck to deck when they broke the clock. Nielsen had a lot of, it's a legal start.
Corey Peabody's a bit late there.
And here comes J. Michael Kelly. He is your leader in lane number 2. Peabody's on the inside, but you know, there's Andrew. He's
right
on
next.
the outside.
There he is.
Here we go again.
Woo-hoo.
It is Tate. It is Kelly. It is Peabody. Up the backstretch. 3 boats.
Look at Corey moving up.
3 wide up the backstretch. Tremendous boat racing here. Now looking from the drone down, you see Corey on the inside. That's JMK in between boats, and it's Andrew on the outside. They're going to fan out here at the top end of the race course. They are going to be dead even. Oh, it looks like Mike got some slop back there.
Mike.
It looks like it's going to come out to be
off of it.
A 2-boat run is going to come off the corner. Mike dropped back a little bit, and now it's Corey Peabody and Andrew Tate. Let's get it on, boys. Here we come down to put the first one in the books.
Andrew's got overlap.
Look at Andrew go. Yeah, Andrew can move over on JMK now if he wants. He'll pick his lane the way he wants. Corey's on the inside with the shorter way around, but right now it is all Andrew Tate, Goodman Real Estate. Now look at that inside lane. Pay a dividend off to Corey Peabody. He comes Corey hooked, and he went inside the buoy. He's going to have to go back and pick that one up. Up the backstretch now is Andrew Tate, and suddenly he is way out in front. Corey hooked. We've talked about it, John, over and over. That hole down there in lane 1 jumped up and bit him again.
First corner. Well, Andrew can relax a bit now.
Yeah, at the top end of the race course now, it is all Andrew Tate. He's got a 5, 6, 7 second lead on our second place boat with this J. Michael Kelly. The good duel that we had with Corey Peabody and Andrew Tate ended suddenly on lap number 2. Down at the bottom, the white flag flies. 1 lap to go for Andrew Tate in the Goodman Real Estate. Here comes J. Michael Kelly. He will come by in second place. And I think he will just sit there and take the second place points. Here's a solid finish here.
Jamie for third. Got 1 more lap to go.
They are on the final lap. Want to get our notes here.
Yeah. Corey's okay.
Corey is indeed okay. The 1 right now is okay. That's J. Michael Kelly running in
third. So
and the 11 is running in third place.
Yes, you got to keep ahead of Corey there.
Yeah, here comes Corey. This is your race for the front row of the final heat coming off the corner. This is our race. It is the Mercury's Coffee, and Corey Peabody's going to try and run him down. This is a race for the front row of the final heat. Jamie Nielsen got to hold off a hard-charging Corey Peabody. Meanwhile, coming down the front straightaway, we're going to get a checkered flag for Andrew Tate and the Goodman Real Estate. 3 up, 3 down, and a victory for the young man out of Canton, Michigan. Here comes J. Michael Kelly. He had a tough time through the upper corner at the top on lap number 1, got in some water, lost his momentum, and he was out of a good 3-boat duel, but he comes down in second place.
And here he'll hold him back.
And the way we've got it, if the 11 gets third or better, he'll make the front row of the final, and he just did it, at least on the water. That will make the folks at Mercury's Coffee very, very happy. And here comes a guy who's disappointed. He's disappointed. He was having fun out there with Andrew. Then he hooked down there at the lower end, went inside the buoy.
Yeah, that turn one bit him.
He did go inside the buoy. Yeah, we have to leave the door open here because honestly, I'm not positive if he picks up the buoy or he gets a 1-minute penalty.
Okay.
But we'll check with the officials.
Yeah.
Not positive on that, but it may be a 1-minute penalty to Corey, which would have meant that Jamie had that one all the way.
Did he go back around and pick it back up?
He did go back and pick it up.
So there should not be a penalty if I can.
So we will find out when the officials are chatting next to us. That was fun, though.
Yes.
Up that backstretch on lap 1, we had 3 boats.
Deck-to-deck racing.
As my good friend Jeff Ayler down there, when he gets 3 boats running side by side like that, he has a tagline he likes to use. He calls that a triple decker. And it was a good one.
That's good.
That is a good one. J. Michael Kelly back to the dock. Here comes the U11 Mercury's Coffee. He will come back.
A bit of disappointment for JMK, but he's on the front line. That's all that matters for now.
Yeah. As long as he'll trade that heat for a good one in the final.
Yeah.
So Jamie Nielsen is back. Here comes Andrew Tate. He comes back. Andrew Tate looked dominant again.
Yes. Yeah.
Got the drone following him in here.
He can win from lane 3.
Yeah.
He can't win from lane 4, but he can from lane 3.
He found out he can do it 3 or better.
Yeah.
Great shot there from our drone pilots. Looking for Corey. He will come back. Nice park job there, Andrew. Did you see that? I'm not sure you can parallel park one of these things, but that's pretty good.
Pretty good.
That wasn't. He
Running for the Jamie.
He may have side thrusters on that boat the way he pulled that
like
in.
those big boats there.
Yes. So looking down on the dock, we certainly see our film crew and Erica, I'm sorry, I've done that a couple times. Erica Allreed is down there. She will be standing by, I'm sure, with Andrew Tate here shortly as a disappointed Corey Peabody comes back in, but he'll shake that off and get ready for the final. They've had a dominant race weekend so far.
3 wins out of 4, so.
Yes, he will be happy. So on the water, we have a first place finish for the U91, Andrew Tate and the Goodman Real Estate. Second place will go to J. Michael Kelly and the U1, the Beacon Electric. That should put him on the front row solidly. Third place to Miss Mercury's Coffee. And by virtue of that third place finish, that should stick them on the front row of the final. But
they must be happy with that.
Yeah, that will be pending official results. Those were the results on the water. We have not yet heard if it was clear on the water. When we get that, we'll pass it along. But then we still have to go through tech.
Yeah, so unofficially, the bucket list will be starting trailer.
That's the way I see it.
Yeah.
That's the way I see it, and the way the stat man laid it out for us. And the stat man never wrong. The stat man is not wrong. At least he's never been since I've known him. We keep him around.
Yeah.
So, and we've got Mike Denslow standing down for us. And I'm going to say this while he's standing here because you and I, young man, spent way too much time over the last 2 years talking about a start procedure. That's as much fun as I've had in a milling period for a while. It was awesome. So far, it's worked to perfection.
Yes.
It's been fun. And we didn't give him a microphone, but he's nodding his head a lot. I think he agrees with us.
Now we've got a race coming off the dock now.
Yes.
You know,
yeah.
It's incredible.
I think we should start it at 5 to the 5 and have them run down to the boat. So we see on the monitor there that we've got. Let's throw it down to Erica Allreed on the dock with our winner of Heat 5, Andrew Tate.
Andrew, yet another heat win for you here today. We chatted earlier and you said you weren't quite satisfied with the way things went yesterday. So what's gone into this resurgence we're seeing here today?
Just refocus. It's a new day and a new race pretty much. You put everything that happened yesterday and last weekend behind you, and what have you done for me lately? So it's a solid day so far. We got one more big one to go though.
Best of luck to you in that final. We look forward to seeing you guys back out there.
Yeah, thank you.
Erica, awesome job down there. That's the best.
Yes.
When we catch the drivers right when they step off the boat. You don't always know what you're going to get.
Exactly.
It's usually must-see TV. So Erica just doing a terrific
It's like
job.
hot off the press, eh?
That is it. And I know she and Mickey down there, it's hot walking on that dock, and they're moving around. They had their sea legs going last night. They said they couldn't stop moving. It's a great job, but it's a hot job, and we really thank them for doing it. So there, we've got our 5 preliminary heats in the books. We just need the final order of finish, and then we'll know for sure our front row. The boats will have to go through tech inspection. Once again, my friend, this is fun. We got one more to do.
One more to do.
I'll let you go down
See
and
you in a couple
congratulate the guys down there
Yeah.
in the 11 camp. Jean Theoret, thank
you,
you
Brad.
very much. He will step away as we watch the U91, the Goodman Real Estate, set back on the trailer. Miss Madison Racing's steed for this weekend, if you will, looks to be a good one. The referees are talking off to our left. We will give them plenty of room so they can have a private conversation. Although with my ears on here, I would not be able to hear them anyway. Drone shot there looking pretty sharp. As you look at the pit area, as the Goodman gets set on the trailer, so does the U1, the Beacon Electric. So you're listening to H1 Unlimited's coverage of the 2024 Madison Regatta, the Indiana Governor's Cup. And thanks to H1 Unlimited and the live stream team, you're doing a whole lot more than just listening. You're watching, and we got some great shots going. Mike, Mike Denslow is joining us here. It doesn't get old looking at these pictures from the drones in the pit area. It's just gorgeous.
Well, we've got a lot of talented people helping us out this year. Between, we got Cameron right here, we got Dan, Lisa, we got Brian Montgomery, we got some great drone pilots, and we got Gio on the main cam. We got Mickey Washburn down on the docks with Erica. We're blessed, really, that we pulled together such a great team and we're working together. And I mean, look at these shots. I've never seen shots like this before. So yeah, I feel spoiled, and I'm here at the event.
Yeah.
The people at home are looking at this, going, "Oh yeah, this looks great."
Yeah, and we just saw that drone shot there, just outside the U11 of Mercury's Coffee, and you can see the drone hanging there right above it.
Yep.
And I think Cameron's handling that one for us, right? Oh, that's not yours. Oh, you're the one looking straight down. Okay, so the straight down shot's Cameron. These folks with these things are amazing, and we were talking earlier. We got the new drones. The pictures and the images are just crystal clear. It's good stuff. And we talked a little bit when you weren't on the mic, but John and I were talking and you overheard us. This start procedure's been fun. That was a great milling period.
Well, as we've been saying since Gunnersville, these guys are going to figure it out, and they figured it out here in Madison. Everybody kind of is doing the same thing, right?
Yep.
Andrew broke a little bit from the other guys, and because of a little issue with Corey, I mean, who's to say how that would have finished if Corey would have kept going? It would have been a good battle between Corey and Andrew. They appear to have the fastest 2 boats over the weekend. They're winning most of the heat. So, man, this is setting up for a great final.
And then, now that you say everybody's got it all figured out, we'll go out west and the course is different, the water's different, and we have just gotten word that the U1, that's the Beacon Electric, J. Michael Kelly, they have cleared tech inspection.
We got another note coming from Miss Tana, which is what we expected. Brad's got to put on his specs to be able to read this here.
Going through safety zone, lap 2, turn 1, and it's rule E, 3C, and D4. It's on black and white.
Okay, thanks, Sam.
There we go. So when J. Michael Kelly, or when the boats went down at the bottom of the race course to turn 1 on lap number 2.
Safety zone.
That's right. That's right. And we saw Corey Peabody hook the 9 into the race course. There was a discussion of a DMZ. That's not really what it is. It is a safety zone. That's why they cannot go in there. whether you go in there because you hook, whether you go in there because you wanted to and you thought it was legal and you didn't know where you were on the course, it really doesn't make any difference. It is a black and white rule in the rule book. That's a DSQ.
Yep, he didn't do it on purpose, but
No.
it happened, but we have to protect the safety of the rescue team that is in that turn.
And I really like it, Mike, because there's been some other calls made this weekend, but the discussion has been on every rule or every infraction and every call, we are leaning hard and fast to the rule book.
Yes.
What does the rule book say? There's your answer right there.
Well, we're trying to be transparent from an integrity standpoint. And we know that during this off season, we've got some work to do. We looked at the rule book. How many changes did we make to the rule book in the off season? It felt like a lot. Trying to make it more efficient, and then we come here and oh yeah, it doesn't say this and it doesn't say this and this is there, and it's like, oh my gosh. So we've got some work to do again in the off season. Certain things get magnified, but you're right, black and white, you drive through the safety zone, you're going to get DSQ'd.
There's no question about it, and I want to thank our referees that are off to our left, and they're being as transparent as they can. Sam just leaned over and said, here it is right here. It's in the rule book. He gave us the paragraph and verse and the page number. You want to go look it up? It's right there. And that's what we're trying to do.
Yeah, we got to thank these guys because they've been under a lot of scrutiny, and it's going to go throughout the entire season. This even racing, John and I were even talking about it, the level of competition. We only have 5 boats here, but all these 5 boats are within a few mile an hour.
Yep.
So the starts are all good. The first turns are all good. You know, they might spread out a little bit after that, but man, anyone can win. And I just want to do a shout out to Jonathan Abbott, our new chief referee, Sam Hodling, and Matt Yarno doing a great job.
And we've got 2 new faces in there, in Jonathan and Sam. Matt's been with us for a number of years before, and he's kind of the connection back to how we've done things in the past. But everything I'm hearing from these 3 in this group is how well they're gelling, they're working together, they're communicating. We looked over here when we knew they were discussing something. All 3 of them were together. They pounded in the rule book, they read it, they checked it, they agreed, it's done, here's the call.
Highlighted.
That's it.
Wrote it down for us, handed it off to you. Sam even explained what he saw.
Yeah.
Boom. Transparency, integrity, that's what we're shooting for, folks.
And there's been some difficult calls made this weekend, but they've been made exactly the same way.
Consistently.
And I'm going to go back to a discussion you and I had. We're going to just have this discussion on the air, but I'm going to go back when you and I got on the phone and interviewed that young man, Jonathan Abbott. And
Yeah.
I asked him a question. And I asked him if it was an oversimplification if I said the referee doesn't make the call. The rule book makes the call. The referee just enforces it. And I asked if that was an oversimplification, and he said, not really. Yeah, on some cases when it's just good deck-to-deck racing, et cetera, but no, it's not an oversimplification, and that's what we're doing. And if the rule is wrong and needs to be changed, it's still right until we change it, and we'll do that in the off season.
That's right. Yeah, and we can do, the commissioner directives when we see something that needs to be updated before the next race.
Right.
We've already done a couple of those for a few things that weren't in the rule book because we have the new round robin format, right?
Right.
Okay, how do we move forward in a weather situation where we chop it in the middle of your round robin and you move forward to the final heat? That was one from last weekend. We had to figure out on the fly and put in a directive before this weekend, and now we know if weather came in, now we've completed all the heats, but if it came in before the final heat, the boats are not going to match up with how many times they've run. And look at the sign there from your friend Tana.
91 cleared.
And the 1.
91 and the 1 have both cleared. So now the only thing he did. The 11 was already, we have to wait and see. But the 11, it appears, is going to
make it into the final.
If they clear, they will be on the front row of the final.
Yep.
They do. The stat man said that.
Yeah, we read what you wrote, Tana. That's right. You're pointing at it, but yes, we read it.
Nick said it, Tana wrote it, you and I read it, and then we repeated it a few times.
Just need one more, the 11 to clear and the 9 to clear, and then we can finish up with heat number 5.
You're going to see a requisition come through the H1 board of directors for 5 more whiteboards.
And the pens and the erasers and all that. Yeah, this is great. Talk about this setup we have here in Madison with the officials to our left and Ayler and Jordan over to our right, and the drone pilots over here, and the Coast Guard over here, and timing and scoring over there. The communication is so much better. We're on top of the pits that we didn't have in Gunnersville, so there's that, hey, tell Bobby King or tell so-and-so to come up here for an interview, boom, we're making things happen. I love it.
I do too. Now we got Erica. We just send her down there. And she's watching her own interview with Andrew Tate from a drone.
Oh, she's not even paying attention. Yeah. Well, Mickey and Erica are doing a great job. That was one of our goals, is to have the on-the-dock interview, and we're making it happen. Oh, look who showed up. You good for an interview, sir?
I am good.
All right, I'm going to hand this off.
So we're going to get him in here, and you're going to like this guy. I've had the opportunity to talk to him on a couple of occasions. Keep his mic hot if you can there, Tana, please. Thank you. And it's my distinct pleasure to welcome to our live stream broadcast. I'm not going to call him my good friend, but I have talked to him before, Morgan Harris. He's the head man of Mercury's.com, the MissMercury's.com, or the Miss Mercury's Coffee. We got them both in there.
How's it going, Brad?
It's going really good. How are you doing?
Doing well. City of Madison has been unbelievable.
Have you ever been here before?
I have never been here.
Isn't this something?
It's something. It reminds me of days gone past, kind of like feel of the Tri-Cities a little bit.
Yep.
Back when everybody was just gung-ho going at it, and the town is just behind it. The parade was unbelievable.
So a lot of people won't know what I'm talking about, but you will. So you go to the corner in Northeast 8th and Bellevue Way.
Yeah.
It's a little different than right up here on
Main. A little bit. I grew up in Snohomish, so Clearview back in the day, so this feels right at home to me.
So tell me a little bit about Mercury's Coffee. How did the company get started? You're local to the Northwest. How did this all get started?
Yeah, local to the Northwest. I started the company when I was 25 years ago, 50 now. Grew up around a lot of organic produce, baking. It was in my family. My mom worked in a bunch of bakeries. The coffee deal was early then, and we were just looking to do something fun, connected with people, be a great service to the people and bring a great product. And it's what we're still doing today after 25 years of doing it. And that's a lot of the reason why we want to be part of the sport, is to bring that connection and bring that bond with the community and with the clientele and the H1.
Well, and it's clearly a family affair, because I don't know how many you traveled down to Gunnersville with and back up here, but you got a pretty good crew.
Yeah, we've been rolling to both races so far, and we've been trying to supply both races with as much coffee, energy drinks, and fun as we can.
Well, I have good news for you, because you get your customers one customer at a time, right?
Yeah.
Well, this particular woman right here behind us. Oh, here we go. I think we're going to get good news. We are. The 11 has cleared tech inspection.
Awesome.
That puts you on the front row.
Line, yeah.
There you go. How about that? So good stuff. Congratulations.
Thank you.
But we talk about one customer at a time. This woman does not go very far without coffee in her hand. And we got some coffee brought up to us, and later on I saw her with another one. I said, "Did you get another one?" She goes, "Yeah, I went and got a refill. It's good stuff." This woman knows her coffee.
How was it?
So we are having a good time, and we are so glad you are here.
Thanks so
You've
much.
experienced the races back east. You stayed on the boat as the sponsor to go back east.
Yeah.
Tell me about that, except now we're going out west. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Out west, yeah. We just wanted to be part of it for the whole entire ride. Like I said, I keep saying it, but the connection and the people and the service, community, that's what the company's all about. And I figured, why just do it on the West Coast? That's where we're at. Bring it out to the East Coast, experience some, let these people out here experience some of it as well.
How was the reception in the parade? I'm assuming you personally were in it.
Yeah, we were on the boat. We threw out so much coffee, so many K cups. We probably threw out about 8 to 10 grand worth of coffee samples.
Really?
The parade, and people were loving it. It was so fun because we had these frac packs, which are like little bean bags of ground
I got
coffee.
one.
throwing those like frisbees. You could throw those like 20 feet, and people were catching them. Some people were getting hit with them, but it was fun all the way around.
Oh, talk to me about how it was that you came to be linked up with Scott and Shannon Rainey.
Well, we've been kind of circling the wagon a little bit. I mean, talking about it for years and years and years, and then over the last few years, we were kind of circling like, can we do this? And we got to introduce to Scott and Shannon, and it just seemed like the best fit for us. I mean, they're competitive, but they're the team, the people, Scott and Shannon themselves. I mean, they operate almost exactly like we operate in terms of how they treat people and how connected they are with their team and connected with the sport. And it was just, it just seemed like the best fit. I mean, racing's racing, and everybody wants to win, but it's bigger than that. So it's been awesome.
I could talk to you for another 25 minutes, but you see on our clock here, we're coming up on 5:15. So I got to back away from this and throw it down to the guys down there. But thank you for stopping by. Thank you for being in our sport. Yeah. Welcome. We're going to have some fun. We're going out west.
Thanks, Brad. I really appreciate it. Love being here.
All right. Thank you very much. He is Morgan Harris of Mercury's.com, and I miss Mercury's Coffee. I am going to turn it over to Jeff Ayler and Jordan Bears. We're inside 5 minutes to our pro lights.
Thank you, Brad Luce. We are under the 5-minute period. It just rang 15 seconds ago. Pro Light Championship, the Joe Johnson Memorial here at the 2024 Madison Regatta.
All right, Jeff Ayler, we are ready to go. 4.5 minutes to go. The 323 is a scratch for this final heat, so it'll be a 5-boat final here for the Pro Light Sunday final here on the First Financial Bank Wild Bill Cantrell Memorial Race Course. All 5 boats are on the course. Jeff Ayler, go ahead and identify them.
Thank you, Jordan Bear. First boat on the back chute, the Dominant White Craft, the first of 2 white dominant colored boats. That is Joe Less in the Senseless 14. Joe Less hails from Grand Island, New York. Boat number 500 is perfect on the day, 2 for 2. The second white craft out of Allen Park, Michigan is Dylan Goodell in the All Point Construction. Goodell today with a third and a second. The dominant red craft is the Hold On Loosely, boat number 55, driven by Rob Betke out of Ortonville, Michigan. Betke today a second and a third. Next red boat with black, that is the number 17. Modern Drummer, driven by Jeff Sancure out of Marine City, Michigan. Sancure today a 4th and a 5th. Blue boat with white, big number 8 on the sponson. That is Alex Magna out of Pinckney, Michigan. Alex Magna, the boat named the Wolverine. Magna today a 4th and a 5th in the preliminary heats. It's the Joe Johnson Memorial Pro Light Championship. Right under 3 minutes until the start.
Right under 3 minutes. And again, Joe Less has been outstanding all day today. He's won both Pro Light races so far. He won the first Pro Light race yesterday as well. So Joe Less has got the speed, but again, watch out for Dylan Goodell. We saw what he was able to do yesterday in the Saturday final and also the second preliminary heat as well. And don't count out Rob Betke. We saw some great racing earlier today between Les and Rob Betke, but right now we see Betke. He likes that inside lane, but so does Joe Less. Joe Less is way out in front of everybody right now. We're at 2 minutes, 23 seconds to go here until the start of the Pro Light final, Jeff Ayler. Kind of odd. You see all the boats in one place and then Joe Less out in front of everybody else.
Well, Les, he's wanting lane number 1. He's a pretty crafty veteran. Went away from it from a while, but came back recently as we welcome Joe back to the inboard hydroplane racing wars. Lots of work done to that boat in the off-season. I think maybe even multiple off-seasons. And like I said earlier, it's run well here today with 2 wins so far in Pro Light. Now, Dylan Goodell, this is a boat to watch right here. This all-point construction, if Dylan can get in lane number 1 and make a good start, could be a factor in this Joe Johnson Memorial Pro Light Championship. Rob Betke has run well. Don't know if he has enough mustard under the bonnet to handle Les or Goodell. And Sancure and Magna They've ran well all weekend, but they don't seem to have the horsepower of the ponies like Goodell or Les has, and plus boat ride too.
It does. Joe Les just cut the infield, and now curious to see what he'll be in lane-wise. Looks like he's going to have to go outside, because right now it looks like Betke's on the inside lane, then Dylan Goodell right there, because look where Les is. It looks like he's going to have to go to the outside, maybe to lane maybe number 3 it looks like, because right now Rob Betke's got the inside lane. We are at 1 minute. 1 minute to go here until the start of the heat, and right now Joe Les, he suddenly pulls way out in front of everybody here, and we're at 50 seconds to go, Jeff.
And Les trying to counter. Let's see if he can park that boat right there at that buoy. That's the entrance pin to turn 2 where you establish your lane, and it looks like he got that accomplished. 42 seconds until the start. Jordan Bear, let's put Joe Les in lane 1, senseless 14. Rob Betke, lane 2, hold on loosely. Dylan Goodell, lane 3 in all-point construction. Watch for the boat in the middle to make a flying start. And we'll go lane 4, Jeff Sancour, modern drummer. And on the outside, Alex Magna in the Wolverine. 18 seconds away, Jordan Bear, bring him to the green flag for the Pro Light Championship Joe Johnson Memorial.
Thank you very much, Jeff Baylor. We're at 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark, we may have some jumpers early, and we will wait for the official call, but we'll call it physically clean on the water. And it's Betke hitting there first, and Betke's got the lead. Les was way behind. Don't count out Dylan Goodell there on the inside. Betke way out in front in lane 1 in that predominantly red, but right behind him you see Dylan Goodell. And don't count out Joe Les. You see him bringing it back up, Jeff.
Boy, Betke was suspect at the start, but he has got the hammer down, the best so far this weekend. I think Goodell was legal. The only boat in question would be Betke. Betke, your leader. Goodell on his outside. Joe Les got off the throttle. So we do have the 55. That red boat's a gun jumper. Your leader is the first white craft. That is Dylan Goodell. Joe Les in second. Les had lane 1 but slowed prior to the start-finish line buoy. That hurt him.
It did, and right now Dylan Goodell is first place again. Rob Betke, a gun jumper, as is Alex Magna. So Alex Magna behind as well. He was also a gun jumper. Dylan Goodell goes down. He's going to be looking to keep his spot there. But don't count out Joe Les, as he is going to be on the inside lane. He's got a lot of speed, and don't forget Rob Betke's still there, so you got to play around that.
Now Betke in front with that 1 minute penalty. You can see Les tucked to the inside wake of Betke. Goodell is still having to run to the outside wake of Betke, further way around. Now here comes Les up. This one's not over. The Joe Johnson Memorial Pro Light Final.
Oh my goodness, again, Betke's on the inside, kind of being a buffer, and here comes Dylan Goodell on the outside, but Joe Les has got the inside around. Here we go. Goodell there, but there comes Joe Les. We are down for another lap. 2 more to go. It's still going Goodell, and he gets really, really light here coming down the front stretch, so he's got to pull off the throttle. Joe Les about 8 boat lengths behind here as we have 2 laps to go here in the Pro Light Final.
Past the halfway mark, as Jordan mentioned, the Joe Johnson Memorial Pro Light Final. Betke, your physical leader, a gun jump, 1 minute penalty. That boat running physically second is your actual leader, Dylan Goodell, in the all-point construction. Joe Les continues to chase in second and senseless. 14, Jeff Sancour in third. Betke and Magna, 1 minute penalties for a gun jump. Jordan, time is running out. Goodell is hanging on, but don't count out Les just yet.
Absolutely not. We are looking for the white flag. We'll have 1 lap remaining. So if Joe Les wants to do something, he's got to do it now. Well, right now it is still Dylan Goodell. He's got about a rooster tail lead on Joe Les. He has made up ground as Les, but he's got to do something right now. White flag displayed, 3 down, 1 to go. But here comes Joe Les. He's got the inside lane. He's picking up speed. Jeff Ayler, it's going to be huge going down the backstretch.
You got to give Betke credit, the physical leader. He's driving a good lane, a good arc. He's given Les that little bit of real estate on the buoy row. Final time around in the Joe Johnson Memorial Pro Light Final at the Madison Regatta. Now Goodell extends it out, making a dozen boat lengths, and Goodell says, Heck with this. I'm going around you, Becky. I want to get the checkered flag.
And that's what he's going to be looking for. One last turn to go. He's still got to maneuver it. Les still has the inside lane, but a really, really nice lead. If he can keep it down, Goodell will bring it home. Goodell turns down the home stretch. There is the checkered flag, the winner of the Pro Light Championship. It is All Point Construction, Dylan Goodell.
Wow, Dylan Goodell wins the Joe Johnson Memorial Pro Light Championship here at the Madison Regatta. Second place will go to Joe Les in the Senseless 14.
Oh, we got a good one here, Jeff.
Well, we still got Magna that 1 minute. Sancure will get third safely there. So Jeff Sancure in the red and black boat will get third. And right now, Jordan, by the way they finished, Rob Becky will get fourth and Alex Magna in the fifth spot. So your winner of the Joe Johnson Memorial Pro Light Championship, Dylan Goodell out of Allen Park, Michigan.
You know, we said Dylan Goodell was a dark horse, one to look out for. We saw what he was able to do yesterday. Timed that start perfectly. Joe Les really had to cut a lot of speed when he came down on the inside, and that cost him. He kept getting closer and closer, with Betke kind of being the buffer in between, but Goodell did a great job leaving a lot of room, using great speed on the stretches, and let me tell you what, did a great job in keeping that boat up front, so kudos to Goodell as he wins the Joe Johnson Memorial Pro Light Championship Heat.
Goodell back to the Red Ball Recycling pit dock, and they are going to be absolutely tickled. His father, Phil, down there. And this boat blew over in San Diego in 2022. Mike Horvath was the driver. It's been a struggle since this weekend. They finally are back. Appears to be back in the saddle, so to say. And Dylan Goodell will be a happy camper. Your winner of the Joe Johnson Memorial Pro Light Championship at the 2024 Madison Regatta.
What a race. What a great race between all those boats, and Dylan Goodell trying to get out of his fire suit right now, and he was celebrating. His crew was happy, and what a race it was. And kudos to Dylan Goodell. Again, unfortunate about Rob Betke being a gun jumper because he ran a dynamite race but was just about a second early over the start-finish line and was hit with the 1 minute penalty for jumping the gun. But Dylan Goodell, he timed it perfectly. And again, he takes home the Joe Johnson Memorial Pro Light Championship. So congratulations to Dylan Goodell as all of the Pro Light boats are now back at the docks. And we are getting ready now for our Grand Prix final coming up here in just a few short moments.
Thank you, Jordan Bear. The Hoosier Nationals final heat and Grand Prix presented by Reliable Diamond Tool. The Charger in the water with Kevin Ekert. I see the Freedom presents Diego's Mexican Grill in the water with Bobby King. Kent Henderson's Craft, Miss Liberty in a can. The Wild One in the water. And Brandon Kennedy, undefeated so far this year in the HRL GPA Challenge. He's 9 for 9, looking to go 10 for 10 here in the Hoosier Nationals Grand Prix Championship. 6 set to go. Thank you, Tana Morissette. No calls on the water in the Joe Johnson Memorial. We got it. We're ready for Grand Prix. GP 35 hovering over the Ohio River on the slings with the Loon and Oak crane. And Jordan, the Loon and Oak crane operators this weekend, they've done a fabulous job based out of Carrollton, Kentucky, 12 miles upstream from Madison. You know, Carrollton's got a nice riverfront. I'm surprised they don't try to get on board with some type of inboard activity.
Really, you think about it, they really could down there in Carrollton. I think that'd be a lot of fun. It's a good racing water down there. I've not spent a ton of time down there on that riverfront, but I know a lot of friends from Carrollton when I was in high school did. So a great place. They could have a lot of good racing down there. Maybe something to think about in the future. But yeah, good place. Probably too small for an unlimited race, but definitely a good place for an inboard race.
Well, it's right there at the mouth of the Kentucky River. and you definitely want to go east, and that's where that
yes.
beautiful Carrollton Riverfront is, and that would be the ideal spot for an inboard hydroplane race on the Ohio River. No doubt you would like to have it more like in a September-October setting when the Ohio River looks very much like this 2 months from now.
You know, and you see some places that have had, you know, some great, you know, racing, of course, for years. What was it? I believe Owensboro had the inboard race down there. Of course, you went down there a couple of years ago for that. Used to also host an unlimited race as well. Evansville hosted races for years. Obviously, Detroit did. We hope we get Detroit back on the circuit at some point. But a lot of great places have hosted a lot of really, really good racing. Of course, Valley Field's next week. And if you've never had a chance to watch that, it is a treat to watch. So make sure you go and do that next week if you get a chance to do so, because Valley Field's a great place to watch a race. You'll see some great racing, especially after last year. So a lot of good places to watch racing, not only here in America, but also in Canada as well. So something to be on the lookout for here in the coming weeks.
Boy, Jordan, you're right. My friend from Cambridge, Maryland, John Tomey, and I, we did the PA for 2 recent Owensboro regattas. And, boy, what a revitalization of the riverfront in Owensboro. Just flat out phenomenal. And lots of good things going on in Owensboro, Kentucky, and unfortunately not on the schedule this year, and we'll see what the future looks like. But Owensboro, Kentucky, if you get a chance, even though we're in Indiana with Governor Holcomb here right now, Owensboro, Kentucky is a place to visit.
It is. Actually, you know, Jake McCormick, that's where he lived before he moved here. He talked about how much he loved Owensboro, and we have right when I have officiated down at Evansville, it's right across the river from Owensboro, because I've met people there who come to Evansville every day from Owensboro. So it's a great place to go. I heard they have some great restaurants there as well, a beautiful riverfront. If you ever get a chance just to go spend a day there, it is definitely worth the trip.
They are known for their barbecue, and you talk about a traditional city for racing, not only on the water but on the asphalt. Of course, the Starrett and McCormick families from Owensboro, and NASCAR racing, the Waltrip family, the Green family, a big tradition of racing in the city of Owensboro, Kentucky. Got 6 set to go here for Grand Prix 1, 2, 3, 4.
Barbecue. Yep, that's right, Travis. Some great barbecue in Owensboro.
I think I said that.
Did you say that?
I think I did. Thank you. I wanted to make certain I got it right. I went to a famous place down there, and I can't remember the name of it. Not only they had barbecue, but this other thing they called mutton. And it was pretty good. Moonlight Barbecue. That was it. A free plug on the public address system here at Madison, and, of course, on the World Wide Web with our viewers watching at H1 Unlimited through YouTube. Yes, go to that Moonlight Barbecue establishment. It's a wonderful buffet, and get you a sample of a little bit of everything, and it'll hit the spot.
You know, I need places to visit on my vacation here in a few weeks, and maybe you give me an idea. Maybe I'll just spend a night in Owensboro, Jeff.
Yeah, 2 wonderful hotels right there down on the Ohio River, and you won't have to worry about a place to stay. If you go on the weekend, you might want to book early because I think they fill them up down there on weekends during the warmer weather months during the calendar year.
You know, Owensboro, a place you hope gets back on the circuit, at least on the inboard circuit at some point. They used to host an unlimited race years ago, and a good friend of mine, her and her husband, they went down to Hawaii for the unlimited race that used to be down in Honolulu every year. There's a blast from the past.
Boy, that would be great. You know, there'd been some rumblings in the past to bring that one back on. And it's actually been in recent years, but I don't think negotiations obviously got far enough. But it would be wonderful to get H1 Unlimited hydroplane racing back to Hawaii, and a state I've never visited. That's a pretty good long haul over there in the air, but fortunately you can get there in a halfway decent time. It's not like going down under to New Zealand or Australia.
Exactly, and you know, Jeff, if H1 would want to fly us to Hawaii to call that, I may have to take him up on that.
I might have to give that a little bit of thought.
Yeah, like I may have to think about that one if you're going to fly me to Hawaii for that. But obviously, you know, we would love to see all those places come back. In Honolulu, of course, my parents took their honeymoon there. A friend of mine and her husband got married down there. So it's been a lot of fun and to see all the races go. Now we're just waiting.
It would be neat, and it's unfortunate the way it is, but it would be neat to see the Pearl Harbor stuff. And
Yes.
as silly as I am, you know me, the first thing I'd probably be looking for is the Hawaii Five-0 Museum to see if they had memorabilia from Steve McGarrett, played by the actor Jack Lord.
Well, and I did not watch the original Hawaii Five-0. I watched the new one, which had Alex O'Loughlin, Scott Kahn, and Daniel Day Kim and that group.
What was that? Seriously. I'm just teasing.
Well, I didn't know there was an original Hawaii Five-0 there, Jeff. So what shows you what I know, because I only knew of the new Hawaii Five-0 until my father explained to me that there actually was an original Hawaii Five-0.
Off the top of my head, that original series, I think, aired something like 1968 to 1980. It was a long program. Hawaii Five-0 with Jack Lord starring as Steve McGarrett. Of course, you had Dano with James MacArthur. Let's get back to boat racing.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's get back to boat racing, and we're still waiting. It looks like maybe a buoy maybe came loose a little bit. That looks like maybe what the delay is there. But you see the boat kind of working on the buoy up there because all of the Grand Prix are in the water. We are just simply waiting for the green flag on the course, waiting for the clock to come up on our monitor here.
Jordan, while it's silent here for our... Okay, we're fixing a buoy in the GP79. Thank you, Tana Morissette, just being lifted off the trailer. So, Jordan, while it's silent for our fans along the shoreline, go ahead and go over the lane assignments, boat names, and the drivers here for the Hoosier Nationals Grand Prix Championship presented by Reliable Diamond Tool.
Thank you very much, Jeff. In lane 1, we'll have the GP35 River City Printing. Brandon Kennedy going to be the driver of that, who has been perfect this year. Lane number 2, GP10, it'll be the Charger, driven by Kevin Ekrit. Lane number 3, the 79, that damn family, presents the Bad Influence. The Reliable Diamond Tool, driven by Jeff Bernard. Lane 4, the 15, Old Trapper Beef Jerky. This also helped this week by Super Shine Auto Detailing and Window Tinting. Greg Hopp, the driver there. Outside in lane 5, the GP50 presents Diego's Mexican Grill, driven by Bobby King. And then we'll have the 71, this Liberty in a Can, driven by Kent Henderson. Again, those are your 6 boats for the Hoosier National Final. They've got, it appears, to have the buoy somewhat fixed. Again, the 79 still being lowered into the Ohio River. Apparently, you have to be in the water to race. I guess that's one of those things you have to have. But it looks like we are just about a few minutes ready to go racing, Jeff.
Actually, by the clock, scheduled start at 4 o'clock, so hopefully we won't be too far behind the 8 ball to begin the Hoosier Nationals Grand Prix Championship, once again sponsored by Reliable Diamond Tool. Jordan, thank you for the lane assignments and the drivers and the boat names. And GPA, it is assigned lanes, clock start. If you jump the gun in Grand Prix racing, you're issued a 1-minute penalty on elapsed time, which obviously takes you away from victory. But we've talked about it all weekend long. Next weekend is the inboard hydroplane Super Bowl, I tab it, the Valleyfield Regatta up in Valleyfield, Quebec, Canada. It is conducted by the HRL Hydroplane Racing League. And yes, they will have streaming with the Hydroplane Racing League. Go to YouTube, look up HRL or the Hydroplane Racing League. They'll have coverage all weekend, next weekend, from Valleyfield, Quebec.
And Valleyfield, will that racing start on Saturday, or will they have some on Friday?
They have a little activity on Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday, they know how to conduct a race at Valleyfield, and it's a show, it's a spectacle, it's the Valleyfield Regatta. Everyone says, Jeff, you need to go. Hopefully someday in the future, Rikers Ridge will invade Valleyfield, Quebec.
Well, you and I, again, as we were talking earlier, we have to get our passports first. I have to get mine renewed because mine expired a couple years ago. But again, Valleyfield next week. Obviously, we wish everyone the best of luck. We know a lot of drivers. I know Andrew Tate was talking to him yesterday. He was excited about being up there next week. Of course, he won up in Valleyfield last year in that thrilling race that everyone watched. It was all over the hydro racing world. I mean, one of the better hydroplane races you'll watch anywhere and everywhere.
It was phenomenal, and, you know, we had the battle between Andrew Tate and Jeff Bernard at Valleyfield last year. But, you know, Brandon Kennedy finished third and was not far out of the mix. if something happened with the top two, Brandon would have been there to capitalize. But so far this year, talking about capitalizing, it's Brandon Kennedy in this River City Printing presents Sunrise Party Cove. I believe that marker is set, so we'll wait for the officials, and hopefully here soon we'll be hearing a clock countdown sequence for the Grand Prix Hoosier Nationals Championship presented by Reliable Diamond Tool.
Just about ready to go again. Again, looks like the 79 has been lowered. And we are now inside 1 to the 5. 1 to the 5 for the Grand Prix Hoosier Nationals final heat.
Now, my cousin Patty wants to go to Canada.
Oh, okay.
So I guess she's got a passport. Thank you for listening, Patty. She was the 1978 4-H Fair Queen up at Switzerland County.
Oh, okay. They just had their fair. I believe this week was their fair. I saw some.
So I guess her joining me to Canada probably went away.
Well, there you have it. Of course, the Jefferson County 4-H Fair is this upcoming week, Jeff Ayler. And I know this morning host is going to be very, very busy this week.
Do you want me to pop by in the morning for just a touch?
Absolutely.
Before I go to Chandler Chevrolet
Please
on Madison Hilltop?
Please do. Please do. Yes, absolutely.
We are now 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark. 5-minute period has begun for the Hoosier National Grand Prix Championship presented by Reliable Diamond Tool. Drivers, crack 'em up! Jeff Bernard away from the dock, followed by Brandon Kennedy, Kent Henderson, Bobby King, waiting for Kevin Ekert and Greg Hopp. 6-boat championship heat and the Grand Prix Hoosier Nationals Championship presented by Reliable Diamond Tool. Greg Hopp generally leads between the 4 and 3 minute mark. We are now exactly 4 minutes until the start. Jordan Bear, one more time, give the colors of the boats, and let's set our lineup.
River City Printing, Brandon Kennedy will be in lane number 1, the red, white, and blue, the River City Printing. Lane number 2, the Charger, the red, black, there, driven by Kevin Ekert, that is the 10. We have that Damn Family presents the Bad Influence, Reliable Diamond Tool. That is the orange colored boat with the checkers on each of the side, driven by Jeff Bernard. We have the predominant yellow Old Trapper Beef Jerky, helped this week by Super Shine Auto Detailing and Window Tinting, driven by Greg Hopp. The red, white, and blue Freedom presents Diego's Mexican Grill, driven by Bobby King. And then the Miss Liberty in a can, also a red boat with some black as well. That is driven by Kent Henderson.
Still waiting for Greg Hopp. Jordan, do you see him?
That's what I'm...
He's hidden behind the Bucket List Racing truck from our vantage point here at the German American Bank Judges Stand. Now Greg Hopp leaving the dock in the Old Trapper Beef Jerky. As Jordan mentioned, they're getting assistance here locally this weekend from Super Shine Auto Detailing and Window Tinting on Madison's Hilltop. Jeremy and Kendall do a great job, and my good old buddy Travis Guyman, he's one of their best customers.
Absolutely, they do a great job. They've been a huge supporter of boat racing here in Madison for years, and they always help out the Hopp family. Glad to see them back at it. They are now out on the race course. They'll be in lane number 4. We are, Jeff, at 2 minutes and 20 seconds till the start.
All right. Last minute timing runs, or last second timing runs. Bobby King just by the start-finish line booing the Don Lest-owned Freedom presents Diego's Mexican Grill. Got a frozen screen on our monitor. We hope that clears back up for our clock countdown. Here at the German American Bank Judges Stand, we see the H1 Unlimited engineering team working feverishly. Now we got it back up. Great job, guys. 1 minute and 45 seconds until the start. I think this is the first ever race I've announced I've not used my countdown clock all weekend.
That's it. I was going to ask.
And it's the first ever race I've never been in the hot pits.
Oh, man.
Old age.
Old age. Well, I'm getting there too, Jeff. We all are. It's called Mother Nature. They're coming around. We're at 1:25 left. Looks like they're going to come around one more time. Again, these lanes are assigned. Brandon Kennedy, he has been the machine, the team that no one has been able to figure out. They've had some great racing today. Hopefully everyone has got any issues they had fixed and are ready to go. We are now, Jeff, 1:05. Everyone comes by the start-finish line. Jeff, we're at 1 minute. Bring them around.
Thank you, Jordan Bear. Exactly 1 minute until the start for the Grand Prix Championship. Hoosier Nationals, presented by Reliable Diamond Tool. Brandon Kennedy, lane 1. Kevin Eckert, lane 2. Jeff Bernard, lane 3. Greg Hopp, lane 4. Bobby King, lane 5. Kent Henderson, lane number 6. 35 seconds until the start. Pretty alignment on the Trimble County, Kentucky shoreline.
They're getting their fair share, that is for sure. You see a lot of people. I got a friend over there by the water slides that I know are enjoying it as well. But my goodness gracious, what a showing here by these boats. And now Jeff Baylor, we're at 15 seconds. Bring him to the green flag.
Thank you, Jordan Bear. 6 of the best in the business in Grand Prix. Hoosier Nationals Grand Prix Championship presented by Reliable Diamond Tool. We now are 3, 2, 1, mark, triple boogity. We're racing in the Hoosier National Championship. All 6 flying into turn number 1. Hop was well back on the start, getting there first on the inside. Legal start, no surprise. It's Brandon Kennedy in front in River City Printing. Second place, Jeff Bernard.
Jeff Bernard trying to catch him, but my goodness, Kennedy nailed that start. And look at that speed from Brandon Kennedy. He is inside lane number 1, and he's riding that buoy row. And Jeff Bernard's going to try to catch him, but he's got his hands full here in this final heat, Jeff.
Brandon Kennedy clearly out in front, River City Printing. Jeff Bernard chases in the Dam Family, Bad Influence, Reliable Diamond Tool. Gio, we got a battle for third right here between the Charger and Bobby King in the Freedom presents Diego's Mexican Grill. Kent Henderson 5th, Greg Hoppin 6th. Back into turn number 1, it's all Brandon Kennedy. Now on the inside lane, Jordan, I told you the Charger in third is one to watch, and Eckert is on the inside of Bernard in second.
He is, and maybe we'll have Eckert try to get on the inside of Bernard. He's within his rooster tail, and maybe he's going to catch him on this turn, but right now Brandon Kennedy comes around to complete lap number 2. Jeff Baylor, keep it up.
We're coming to the halfway mark. Gio, you're doing a great job. Keep it up on that second, third place battle. Halfway through the Hoosier National Championship, sponsored by Reliable Diamond Tool. It's Brandon Kennedy in front. Bernard trying to hold on to second in Bad Influence, Reliable Diamond Tool. Kevin Eckert driving a doozy here in the final in third in the Charger. Bobby King on his hip in fourth, followed by Kent Henderson and Greg Hopp. 2.5 in, lap and a half to go. River City Printing, your leader.
River City Printing with Brandon Kennedy. My goodness gracious, what a run he continues to have. He's going to be coming around again right there on the inside, and he is still well out in front, but he's got to keep it there, although Bobby King's trying to make a push, as is Eckert, Jeff.
The battle is for third. White flag displayed, 3 complete, 1 to go. Brandon Kennedy in front, River City Printing. Jeff Bernard second. Bad Influence, Reliable Diamond Tool, and now King has moved into third. On the outside, almost a heater for third after lap number 3. Gio doing a good job keeping an eye on that third place battle. Jordan, let me go ahead and take it from here. Kennedy in front. Bernard in second. Now Eckert has gained some momentum in third as King has fell back. So separation between all 6 boats. Top 5 working their final lap. Final turn, final lap in the Grand Prix Hoosier National Championship presented by Reliable Diamond Tool. The checkered flag waves, and your winner in Madison in 2024 in Grand Prix is Brandon Kennedy. Second place will go to Jeff Bernard. The Dam Family, Bad Influence, Reliable Diamond Tool. What a run by Kevin Eckert to hit the podium in third in the Charger. Bobby King will get 4th in Freedom presents Diego's Mexican Grill. 5th place will go to Kent Henderson. in the Wild Ones, Miss Liberty in the can, and Bobby King is slowed. He's already got the lid up in the Diego's Mexican Grill Freedom. We'll bring Greg Hopp around to get those 6th place points in the Old Trapper Beef Jerky Super Shine. So Kennedy dominant in Madison, followed by Bernard, Egret, King, Henderson, and Greg Hopp finishes in the 6th place position. So your 2024 Hoosier National Grand Prix Championship Heat winner, presented by Reliable Diamond Tool, is Brandon Kennedy. He's already saluting the crowd along the Indiana shoreline. The lid is up. Final heat presented by Reliable Diamond Tool. Brandon Kennedy won GP here in 2021. He gets a double here in 2024.
My goodness gracious. There's no other way to put it, Jeff Baylor. That was a dominant performance, and really, with the other boats going down earlier the way they did, unable to get points, Brandon Kennedy kept everything on the water, got lane 1, and man, he hit that start, and it was goodbye. What a run, though. Again, we mentioned Kevin Egret, who did a great job in the Charger, a 3rd place finish, and again, Brandon Kennedy, again, waving. You see a lot of the fans along the shorelines waving back to Kennedy as well. They respect what he has done this weekend in Madison. But what a tremendous racing by Brandon Kennedy. He's up now. He is pumping his fist. He knows he is going to be claiming a big trophy coming up here in just a little bit. Oh, my goodness. Great job by Brandon Kennedy. And now he's won these first 2, Jeff. Now he gets to enjoy this, and then next week he gets back in the boat to drive it back.
This one is going to Valleyfield, your winner here at Madison. So a double weekend of wins for Brandon Kennedy in Grand Prix. Fans along the shoreline, the noise has subsided. Let's give a round of applause to your Hoosier Nationals Grand Prix winner, Brandon Kennedy. He's already out of the cockpit, fist pump. The Chase and Tails podcast this week will be fabulous.
Absolutely.
He is the host.
Yes, he is, and he does a great job with it, and he gets a big hug from his crew. And, man, what a job that him and this whole crew have done all weekend long. The top qualifier yesterday, and has won every single heat, capped off by winning the Hoosier National Championship. And now he heads to Valleyfield next week. That is going to be fun to watch what he does in Valleyfield next week. I know our friend Kyle Bipes is going up there next week as well, so I'm curious to see.
Wow.
Yep, that's what at least that's what his wife told me Sunday. So Kyle, if I'm wrong, your wife lied. But sorry, Jessica. But at least we will have that boat up there. Man, what a race that's going to be. There's going to be a lot of good boats up there in Valleyfield. I'm excited to watch that next week.
Should be fun up in Valleyfield, Quebec, for the Valleyfield Regatta. Brandon Kennedy getting congratulations and hugs from all his team from TKO 35 Racing, owned by Ron and Sandy Thompson out of Bel Air, Maryland. Brandon Kennedy out of Newark, Delaware. So the East Coast shines here in the Midwest in the Hoosier Nationals Grand Prix Championship presented by Reliable Diamond Tool. And Jordan, it's the format of Grand Prix, the assigned lanes. You are rewarded throughout the heat races. The boat with the most points gets lane number 1, and it showed here. Best boat, good start, lane 1, hard to handle.
Oh, man. Well, I mean, you put him in any lane, he was hard to handle this entire weekend, but you put him in lane 1. I mean, that's – ooh.
Congratulations, Sandy Kennedy, the mom of Brandon Kennedy. Great job. Good luck in Valleyfield. I only know "we" as a word up there.
Exactly.
Good job, Sandy. So, congratulations again to Brandon Kennedy. Again, your Hoosier Nationals champion here at the Madison Regatta. So, Jeff Baylor, I'm looking at all my sheets here. We've had a lot of boats on the water, a lot of racing this weekend. Now, 1 remains.
I think we're down to 1. It's the big one. It's the Morgan Foods Indiana Governor's Cup for the H1 Unlimited Hydroplanes. That will be up next. Brad Luce, we need to get you back over here.
That's what I'm waiting
get
for.
Hooked up. Mike Denzo's ready, the chairman of H1 Unlimited. Erica Allreed, the pit reporter, is ready for H1 Unlimited. Nick Kish, our on-site engineer, controlling all the knobs and dials with H1 for the broadcast. Nick, you've just done a fabulous job this weekend. Met you 3 years ago. I'm proud as punch of you, and you're a great friend, and you've been a big help to the old guy over here this weekend. Thank you. And Mickey Washburn, his first appearance in Madison. I think he's staying 2 extra days. I understand he's got a room and a bar stool at Shipley's waiting for him.
I mean,
Nick, good to see you. And Gio, the Andrew Tate lookalike. What do you think, Mike Denslow? We need to get a double photo of them side by side, and let's put some Goodman Real Estate fire suits on them, and then we'll pick them. We'll have a vote.
That might be Andrew Tate on the camera.
It might be. Andrew
Okay,
Tate
there
on the
you
camera.
go.
Knock him out, John.
I'm gonna be handing over my headset here because we're gonna be switching over to the stream. But thanks so much to everyone here on the H1 Unlimited stream that's been listening to myself and Jeff Ayler. And we're gonna head back to the public address system. But Jeff, my friend, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you, Jordan. And Jordan handing set off to Mike Denslow. Brad Luce getting into position. Mike, I'll hand this one to you. And gentlemen, thank you very much for allowing Jordan and I to do the inboard boats on the stream. And good luck in the final heat. Let's bring them all back sunny side up.
Jeff Ayler, thank you very, very much for everything that you have done to assist us. Mike Denslow on the pipes over here.
Brad, I remember talking to you about coming to this event, and there's limited space and all these different things, and everyone has worked so well together. Seen the Madison race site people, the local radio, the PA, the officials scoring, Coast Guard. I turn around and I see the mayor, and yeah, it's just it's been an incredible weekend so far. I'll hand it off to Jean, but I'm really excited for the final. Everybody go out there and have a clean, safe race. Like Jeff Ayler said, sunny side up, and then we can get out of here and hand out some trophies.
And a special thanks to one group that you just mentioned there, and that's the Coast Guard, because they assisted us with the real estate. We're actually occupying where they have been in the past, and they were gracious enough to move back, let us come up on the front row and do this live stream, standalone. First time we've really done it. Kind of we did it at the test session, but this is the first time we pulled off an H1 Unlimited standalone live stream, and I'm telling you, it's only going to get better. To quote that man right back there, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Well, what did you tell me earlier today? Crawl,
walk, run. And we crawled. We've taken a couple steps. I think we took our first steps this weekend for sure. I am so proud of this group. You have no idea. Everybody here that's had a hand in pulling this thing together. It's awesome. But it all builds to a pinnacle when you go H1 Unlimited hydroplane racing, and we test, and then we qualify and we get a few points, and then we do some heat racing, get some more points. But it all builds to this pinnacle, which is the Indiana Governor's Cup and the 2024 Madison Regatta. I'm ready.
Yeah, and having John on here, I've heard that. I mean, he's, geez Louise, world champion, right? So.
Yeah, this has been a pretty big honor for me to work with this guy.
I'm going to hand it over.
All right. Jean, I think you're up. Time to earn your paycheck. Remember that one we talked about? I'm splitting mine with you. Seriously, because I know it's going to end and then things are going to get real hectic. Before we get started on all that, thank you, young man.
You're more than welcome. Thank you for inviting me.
This was a lot of fun. I know it was all short notice and all that stuff, but thank you. This has been a real pleasure for me.
Same for me.
Your insight's awesome, and maybe we'll take this thing on the road someday.
I'll be in San Diego if you need help.
Well, there you go, and I may. I'm going to bring my cord over here. I feel like I'm fishing. All right. So you will be in San Diego?
Yes, God willing, I'll be there. I love that place.
Look at this. Look at our shoreline here. Look at our fans.
Yeah, all the tents.
Man. As we said earlier, John, they love the hydroplane racing here in Madison, Indiana, and they are some of the most knowledgeable fans we run across along the circuit. And someday, young man, I'm going to make my way to Valleyfield. I've never been there.
You have to.
That's what everybody tells me.
You got a passport?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm ready to go up there today. I'm ready. I got a passport. I'm good to go, and I want to do that. I've been told stories about you walking up there that you can't go 10 feet and all this stuff. And yeah, you're a pretty big name up there.
I used to be.
I got a hunch. Jean Theoret still opens a lot of doors up there. Let's talk about this final heat. Nick Kish was kind enough to give us the front row before we got it all written down, but there it is. It's the 91, the Goodman Real Estate with Andrew Tate, 1,325 points. The Beacon Plumbing, Corey Peabody's got 1,300 points. That's boat number 9. Then it's Beacon Electric, J. Michael Kelly. He comes into the final here with 980. Miss Mercury's Coffee, Jamie Nielsen, enters the front row with 863 points. Less than 20 points ahead of Dustin Eccles in the Bucket List Racing with 844. So only 19 points separate the boat on the front row with the trailer boat, so it got pretty close.
Absolutely.
And it's just indicative of the competition. It's indicative of our entire fleet that we have. We don't have big numbers, but man, we got some good boats.
Yeah, only got 25 points between Andrew and Corey there.
Yeah. And we're going to go out west. We're going to add more boats to the mix.
Yes.
We'll put the Graham Trucking with that Bobby King character who seems to handle a boat pretty well these days. We'll get him out there, and we're going to have the Go Fast Turn Left team. The O'Farrells will put their boat in the water. Dave Villwalk and his boat, the Miss Apollo, will come out and join us. So
she'll have an 8-boat field down west there.
We will, and the plan is, if everything goes according to Hoyle, we will go there and we will go back to an AB format with 4 and 4.
Okay, good.
So we'll have,
yeah,
we'll get away from the round robin, but this works well.
Yes, it does.
This works really well,
Yes.
and we heard Mike talking a little earlier that we had to put some rules in the rule book about, because we've never had to really, we've never run across the problem. What happens if weather comes in and we have to trim the program in a round robin? Then you've got guys that have run 3 times. Well, he's only run 2. It's not fair, this and that. And that's what we ran into down in Gunnersville.
Yes.
And that was 6 boats, and we were running 4 at a time. Well, after every 3 heats, the heats repeat themselves. So as long as you run 3, everybody's equal. Then you run 3 more, everybody's equal.
Yeah.
This, with 5 boats, running 4 boats at a time, you have to run all 5 to get everybody 4 runs on the water. So
yeah.
I haven't even read the contingency plan of what happens if we'd have had weather here. I'm not sure I want to know what it is.
Well, it's all good. We didn't have to
We didn't have to go down that road. So it is all good. Last year we had the weather problem, but we were able to get all 5 prelims in. But that's all in the rear view mirror. Like you said, we got the Gov here.
Absolutely.
We got the Governor's here with his entourage. We've got you here.
And we have Statman.
Well, I mean, that kind of goes without saying. We don't go anywhere without the stat man. Oh, look at, now he's got the hat on. We got the stat man. Oh, man. Kish will be legendary before this is done. Gio, I think you probably earned some fame here this weekend, being walked into the hotel and some youngster ran up to him and said, "You're Andrew Tate." We have not let him live it down. He came to dinner when he walked up the table. He says, "Guys, this has been the greatest day of my life. Let me tell you what happened." I thought I was Andrew.
Look at him. He's waving to people. He's got fans out there.
Right. Play it up, Gio. Own it. That's all you can do, bud. Oh, my goodness. We are not yet on the clock, but we're getting there. You know what it is to win. You know what it is to win here, everywhere. San Diego, Seattle, you've done it. They're all special.
They're all different, all special. I've never won here, though.
I was just thinking that when I said it. I wasn't sure if you had.
No.
That's all right. You still have memories. Oh, boy, do you have memories.
Memories.
Did you have a favorite race course? And Valleyfield's not in the mix. Do you have a favorite race course where you just felt like when you went there, this one fit you and your style better than another?
Well, I really love Seattle.
Did you?
You know, yeah, we won Seattle 3 times,
Yep.
2-3 times. And, you know, it was really, really nice race course.
No wonder Bill Cahill likes you so well.
Yeah. Well, I like Bill Cahill pretty much, too.
He's a likable
he's
kind
a
of
good
guy.
friend, yeah. And I'm really glad he's in the sport, you know, and kept going.
Yep. And I think I told you a couple of days ago, I got to know Bill Cahill at our awards banquet last fall. He's just and he's like a gentle giant.
Yes.
You know, you look at him and he's so gruff. And he's just got the heart of gold.
Yeah.
Heart of gold. So it's the people. It always is. It's the people in the sport that is the best. We are staring down the barrel of Morgan Foods Madison Regatta final heat, the Indiana Governor's Cup. The Governor's here. I count 1, 2, 3, 4. How about the 5? They're all in.
They're all in?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, good.
They are. All our boats are in the water. You're looking there at the Mercury's.com, Mercury's Coffee Company. There is the Goodman Real Estate, the U91. Hidden there a little behind the crane there is the U1, the Beacon Electric. Next up is teammate Corey Peabody in the Beacon Plumbing. Now we got to pan a little bit to the left. You'll see a lot of Tennessee orange, and there it is, the U40 Bucket List Racing. Dustin Eccles will be our trailer, not only in the final heat, he'll be our trailer off the dock.
Yeah.
That's not why they are lined up the way they are, but that's how they come off the trailer. So there's nothing left to do but get this party started, and let's find out how it ends.
Should be going pretty soon.
We should be getting very, very close. The officials are looking out over the water. They have to like what they see out there. This has just been outstanding. We keep saying it all day.
It's a beautiful weekend.
It really is.
Well, we had some rain Friday morning, but the rest of the weekend's been awesome.
Yeah. And we are indeed inside 5 minutes to the 5-minute mark. We are 9 minutes and 45 seconds to the start. 9:40, now 9:40. This is it. And you told me yesterday, I think it was, the drivers right now are just sitting there alone with their thoughts, going over their plan, their strategy.
That's a long 5 minutes there.
It is?
Yes, between the 10 and the 5, it's long.
It takes a while.
Yes, you're ready to go.
Much more than
you
5 minutes.
Go.
Yeah,
yes.
I would think that would be it. You're in there, you're ready, you're strapped
ready.
in, you're hot, you're tight. Let's go. Let's get this going.
Yeah, exactly.
But you got to wait.
Yep.
Look at that beautiful view. You're looking at 4 of them right there, but there are 5 H1 Unlimited hydroplanes in the water. All are going to come out for the final heat. That's another thing. We got to talk about the water conditions. They've been just outstanding all weekend, but we've been running 4 boats, 3 laps.
Exactly.
Now we're going to put all 5 out there, and we're going to go 5 times around.
Yeah, it'll get sloppy after 3.
It will.
You know,
I am sure.
Even after 2, we just saw Corey there who got bit in turn 1 there after 2 laps. You know, that turn 1 there gets really sloppy. Get rolled from the previous laps, so it's going to be tough.
So everybody who's watching on the H1 Unlimited YouTube channel, get in your comfy chair if you're at home, or your desk chair if you're at in your office. It's time to go racing for the Indiana Governor's Cup at the 2024 Madison Regatta. 8 minutes and 10 seconds. You get to a point, John, where we've talked about this for so long, there's just nothing else to say. It's kind of like you just said about the drivers. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Talk to the officials here. Let's drop this green flag and get this party going. I think we've got Erica Allreed down in the pit area with a pre-race report she wants to bring to us at the 7:30 mark. Erica, if you can hear me, tell us what you got.
Thanks, Brad. Today there's a 6th player in this chess game of a race here at the Governor's Cup, and that's the course. A lot of river courses have underwater features that introduce low spots or shelves that can cause the boat to spin out or hop out of the water, resulting in drivers losing control. The most notorious one is right here in Madison on the exit of turn 1. It's been the scene of multiple incidents in the past, and history has shown that this final heat can be won or lost in that first turn. While we haven't seen it be a factor yet here this weekend, some drivers even openly admitting that they've been driving more conservative until this final. It'll be interesting to see if that history will repeat itself or will witness a clean final from start to finish here today, guys.
Thank you very much, Erica. And boy, she stepped right into that hole right out of turn 1. You
Yeah.
know all about it. We saw it bite Corey down there.
That's right.
It's there. It's in the back of their head. Back in the day, a guy named Steve Reynolds lost a Gold Cup down there. He fell in that hole, the boat hopped, Muncie was gone, and that was it. It doesn't take much.
It's a game changer, you know, it really does.
It is. So, 6 minutes, 15 seconds to the Indiana Governors Cup, the 2024 version. There's nothing to do now but wait. The 91, Goodman Real Estate, Andrew Tate. The U9, Beacon Plumbing, Corey Peabody. The U1, Beacon Electric, JMK. The U11, Miss Mercury's Coffee Company, Jamie Nielsen. That's your front row. Our trailer, 10 seconds behind the field, is the U40, the Bucket List Racing, and Dustin Eccles. They will all be on the water. They will all be on the water in 45 seconds. What I like to say, Jean, when we get to this point is, and we get to about 15 seconds, Madison, Indiana, buckle up, because here we go. Give an extra tug on that seat belt. Hopefully you're sitting in your comfy chair at your desk or in front of your TV at home. Got your favorite beverage. Kick back, relax. Let's crown a champion.
This is it. It's for all the marbles.
5 times around, it's a winner-take-all final. The points get you on the front row, but now we push those aside. Everybody's got to have a crew member hand on the back of their boat as we approach the 10-second mark.
Let's see the race off the dock.
Yep. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. There it is. Look at Andrew. Andrew's going to jump off the dock first. Where's Mike? Yeah, Mike and Corey are a little bit behind him. Here comes Jamie Nielsen. We've talked, John, all this weekend about maybe if you had a good move, you're going to save it for the final. Let's see if somebody's got some different move that we haven't seen yet. 1, 2, 3, 4. Everybody is away but Dustin Eccles, and he is away and moving now. Appears to be clean coming away from the dock. And Andrew is already down at the entrance pin to turn 1. He's around it, and all by himself, he will start up the backstretch. Already 4 minutes and 15 seconds until the start. Jamie Nielsen comes off the lower corner behind him. Then the 2 strong boats will hop down there.
Andrew's already going fast.
Yes, he certainly is. You know, we talked about something like this. Would somebody make a hot lap and try and get down and around that corner before anybody came around to cut? Let's just see what this strategy looks like for Andrew Tate, because you're right, he's burning up there at the top end. See how he wants to play it.
Everybody else is slow.
And everybody else is doing something entirely different too. So look at this.
Yeah.
Clearly the strong boats have a different strategy this time through. They're going to go very, very slow. Jamie is just underneath the Milton-Madison Bridge. Here comes Andrew. He's across the line at the 3:30 mark. Dustin goes by the 2 strong boats, but he's the trailer. We don't worry about him right now. There's our 80-mile-an-hour rule in play because those guys are plowing water. They're below 80 miles an hour. Doesn't make any difference.
Jamie is all the way to the far end there.
Yep, Jamie's gone down. What did Andrew do? He comes off the corner, and he's behind everybody.
Yeah.
Did they play it different, and Andrew played it different, and Andrew thought they'll do the same, and they didn't? It's definitely going to be different this time.
Yes.
2:55 until the start.
It seems like they're trying to bring time off to be here at 1:30.
Could they conceivably be doing that?
Yeah.
All the way around and bring it to the, it looks that way.
Yeah.
Interesting strategy. If you could let everybody go and just jump to 1.
Yeah.
And then defend it. That's it. And the officials are just explaining to us and confirming, as long as they come by here before the minute, or come by here and make 1 lap, they can cut the course, do what they want. There goes Dustin. He's going to cut. He's the trailer boat.
Andrew joined the strong boys.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
And where's Mike? Mike's going to go wide. Now he's going to come and bring it back in. Yeah, he went wide up there, and now he's sawing it back into an inside lane. Corey's going to come with him. Andrew's going to come with him, and then it is Jamie Nielsen behind him. So this is a very different starting procedure. Wouldn't have been allowed a year ago, but all the boats are bunched up.
Jamie's joining up.
Yep, Jamie is pulled up with him on the outside. So remember, The 80-mile-an-hour rule is not in play. The boats have to be behind the start-finish line buoys right in front of Jean and us and the camera you're looking at the 1:30 mark, and we're 32 seconds, 1 second mark, 1:30. So that's all clean.
Yep.
Now they're just defending their lane because they have not yet established their lanes. That could still change. If somebody could get a 5-boat overlap, that could change how this would all work. So we will watch them up the backstretch. They establish at the entrance to turn 2 after they go underneath the bridge. But right now, the 2 strong boats sit in lanes 1 and 2. J. Michael Kelly's in 1, Corey Peabody's in 2. Lane 3 belongs to Andrew Tate.
I got a feeling everybody got the lane they wanted.
I'm starting to think that too. And we saw Andrew Tate win from 3 last time out.
Yes.
So he got beat being in 4,
yes,
but he got to 3 and he was able to drive around. We're going to watch it. Looks like everybody's going to hold those lines. They approach the bridge. We look at the drone shot there. Nobody with enough overlap. It's not going to change. It's going to be JMK sitting in lane number 1. Going to be Corey Peabody in 2. Andrew Tate's going to be in through. On the far outside is going to be Jamie Nielsen. Beacon Electric in 1, Beacon Plumbing in 2, Goodman Real Estate in 3, Mercuries.com in 4.
17 seconds.
It's about a 12-second run off the bridge. Watch for the shadow to go by. There it went, and John is saying, go, 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 go. Here comes Andrew. Here comes Corey. Here they all come. 4 wide. 2 seconds. 1 mark.
Whoa.
Oh, my goodness, that was close.
Yes.
I think it's good, John, but we'll wait for an official word, and if it was a beauty. They get to the corner. Who gets there first? It's J. Michael Kelly. Turns the corner first. He's got a lot of speed with him. Where's Corey? Where's Andrew? JMK comes off the corner.
Andrew's outside there.
Oh, and we got a
Corey
boat
got
side
caught between.
Oh, Corey definitely got wet.
Yeah.
He definitely got wet coming out of the corner. Don't know if he couldn't hold his lane or it went away from him. We'll let the officials worry about that. Right now, up the backstretch, it is J. Michael Kelly. It is a legal start. Legal start. Up to the top end of the race course. It's still J. Michael Kelly, I think. Our angle here is pretty strong. It is Kelly. Yeah. Kelly was able to run side by side coming off the corner. Now it's going to be a hard run down the front straightaway. They've got clean water in front of them. It is already boiled into a 2-boat run, and it's J. Michael Kelly, and it is Andrew Tate. Yes, Andrew has got the lead. He's opened up a little bit of water. In fact, he's opened up about 3 boat lengths, John, at the completion of 1. Bottom end of the race course now for our 2 leaders.
For JMK is going to be tough there.
And certainly Andrew Tate giving J. Michael Kelly enough room, but he's making sure he keeps him in that inside lane. They come off, and now Andrew Tate starts to open up water on J. Michael Kelly. The fans along the shoreline here are loving this. Their boat is out in front. Andrew Tate picked the front end up on that boat. It really flew. That boat usually so forgiving. It did. It came back down, but he put a lot of air underneath it, and J. Michael Kelly does not want to let him go. Kelly's going to stay in that left side mirror.
He is.
He's going to stay right with him. And
keeping up pretty good.
Yeah, Bucket List Racing is going to come back to the pit area here. You may see that in the foreground, but our leaders at the top end will come down and put 2 in the books. Andrew Tate in an outside lane in the U91, the Goodman Real Estate. He is out front. The hometown fans are loving it here in Madison, Indiana. They are getting what they want. And right now it's almost a full rooster tail lead as Andrew flies the 91. But it hopped straight up out of the water and went right straight back down in it. The nose didn't rise. They have started lap number 3. Jamie Nielsen goes across in 3rd place. Going to have to keep his eye on the left side mirror because he's got Corey in there coming up, and he's starting to sniff 3rd place.
Andrew's got overlap now if he wants to close in.
He does have overlap, but honestly, John, I don't think he's going to move over on him. I think he likes his lane right where he is. He's building a lead. He's got more than a rooster tail. I think he's going to stay right there and tell Mike, if you want to do it, go for it. Lap number 3. Top end of the race course. Jamie Nielsen's in a good position right now. He's got to keep his eye on Corey. He's coming. Top end of the race course. Our leader, Andrew Tate, Goodman Real Estate. He's opened up water, and now he just needs to find clean water.
Yeah, JMK is going outside now.
Yep, and he just needs to find some clean water and keep her rolling. 3 laps are in the book. Andrew Tate boat just runs. Like you said earlier, it just looks effortless when that boat runs. It just looks like it's so easy.
We got a race there for third and fourth.
We do have a race for third and fourth, and Corey is on the inside of Jamie Nielsen in the Mercury's Coffee. Well, this is going to be an interesting corner down there for our third and fourth place positions because Corey's on the inside of Jamie. Jamie's got to give him room, but it's also Soupy down there with our 2 boats ahead of him, and Corey's already taken him up. Corey's going to get off the corner.
Got a good corner there. Yeah.
But he got rough water there, and he had to pull his foot a little bit, and Jamie Nielsen was able to pull back up alongside, but now Corey starts to open it up. Meanwhile, top end of the race course, our leader, Andrew Tate, he's already up there and going to come down and pick up a white flag with 1 more to go. Andrew Tate underneath the bridge. This is all set up for him. Madison fans, you've got 1 more lap to go before you can claim the 2024 Indiana Governor's Cup. He gets the white flag, John. That's got to be a good feeling.
Got to be good. 1 more lap. Just praying it gets case together. Doesn't break nothing.
That's it. This is when you start hearing the grumblings.
Jamie's still getting there.
Jamie is. He is still hanging alongside Corey Peabody. The U11 running beautifully, and he's outside in the slop. Corey's in the tight lane, but he's going to get lobbed down there in the lumpy water as well. Halfway up the backstretch with a half a lap to go. It is our leader. Look at Jamie Nielsen down there at the bottom of the course. He's hanging on. He's hanging on, trying to run after Corey. That's going to be a tall order. Now we go up to the top end of the race course, looking from the drone, looking down. It is Andrew Tate. All the fans in Madison, Indiana, give it up. Here comes your hometown boat. The checkered flag flies. Billy Noonan got it in his hand, and he waves it for Andrew Tate, U91, Goodman Real Estate.
Madison, Indiana winner.
How about that on the water?
Andrew.
Here's a guy who drove a valiant race.
Yes, he did. He did all he could.
J. Michael Kelly comes across in second place. Jamie, a gamer, trying to run down Corey in third, but this is going to go to Corey Peabody and to Beacon Plumbing. He will come home in third place on the water. Jamie Nielsen, a good run for the U11.
Fourth place.
Mercuries.com. Wow.
So 2 in a row for Andrew. 2 in a row for Andrew.
2 in a row for Andrew. That is absolutely right.
I'm sure the Madison team must be very happy.
They would have to be very, very happy. And I keep making the comment, what's going to happen when this kid gets used to this boat? This is a brand new boat for him this year.
Don't want to think about that.
No, that's a little scary. But it was a dynamite run. I don't know what happened with Corey coming out of turn 1, but he definitely got wet. The lane went away, or he went into a rooster tail. We don't know. The officials, I'm sure, are going to have a look at that if they haven't already. And we will check that. J. Michael Kelly goes up to the top end of the course, and I'm sure he looks out the window at Andrew, and nicely done, young man. You're my combatant. I'm going to fight with you every inch of the way, but when you beat me, and I'll call that fair and square. So we got a couple of boats that cut the race course to come back. First back to the pit area is going to be the U11, Miss Mercury's Coffee, Jamie Nielsen. They ran really hard in the final.
Yes, they did. At a certain point there, I thought it wouldn't have finished third.
Yeah. And the camera there is on the U91. See if Andrew Tate doesn't pop the lid. Okay. So we've been told there's no calls on the water on the 91.
Exactly.
On the 91. So we'll leave the window open that maybe there could be a call on somebody else on the water. But apparently on the water, the 91 is clean. That's the first step. We thank our officials for that. Got the lid up. That's got to feel good after you won.
Yes, it does.
Cool
It's
air.
a breeze.
Yes.
It's a breeze. Waving to the fans there after the victory.
Yeah, look at the people on the dock down there. The fans up and down the shoreline.
Yeah,
they love it.
Yeah, it's a
they love it.
team.
This is their boat. They all own a piece of this thing.
Exactly.
Wow. No calls on the water now. So apparently everything was good there. They were looking at some footage, but they have decided, the officials, it was clean on the water. It's just a matter of running the boats through tech inspection.
Look at that shot there. Look at that.
Look at that.
Yeah.
They'll keep the camera right there and see if we can get a very happy Andrew Tate. He's probably going to go down there and hide behind that trailer in our view, but hopefully we'll be able to see him. I have, for our fans listening on the H1 Unlimited live stream and watching around, I have some of the best news I can report for our H1 Unlimited series. And I'm looking down the road. Everybody's coming out of here with a boat intact.
Exactly.
We're coming east, and all our boats are on the trailer sunny side up.
No big repairs.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's not to say there won't be a lot of work done, because you know Jeff Campbell's going to go down there and say, all right, we got to run that dude down.
Yeah, exactly.
But, yeah, we've got a totally intact field of race boats now. That's big stuff. Looking at Andrew Tate there, being congratulated by his crew members before he even steps out of the boat. Got the hard hat off. And our Erica Allreed will be there as soon as possible to congratulate and talk with our 2024 Madison Regatta Indiana Governor's Cup champion. We still have to put the boat through tech inspection. And I see the official, Steve Compton there, one of our H1 officials. He just shook the hands of Andrew Tate. He is waiting for that black box to come out, and it's a black box that isn't. But that's what they're waiting for there. That must have been Mr. Washburn's camera.
Kind of winked there, right?
And yeah, he did, and here we go. So I think we'll have Erica here shortly. We will get notification in our ear that she is ready to go. She's smiling. She's I'm sure Andrew and her are having a good moment there on the dock.
Hi, guys. I'm glad you stuck around.
Take it away, Erica.
Andrew, you told me you reset and refocused in coming into today's racing. That was on full display as you go back to back on final wins. You drove around J. Michael Kelly on the outside and never looked back. So how'd you balance that fine line of when to be conservative and when to push, knowing the lead that you had?
Oh, well, they tricked us. They did something different there in the final. So props to them. I think they were exactly where they wanted to be, and J. Michael Kelly drove a hell of a heat in that strong boat. So I don't even remember what you asked. I'm pretty pumped right now, but thank you. Thank you to the town of Madison, everyone on the team. The list is endless. The equipment's awesome. It's a super fast boat, and I'm having a great time trying to put it out front. But Goodman Real Estate, the town of Madison, this entire team, all the volunteers, what an event. There was tons of people here this weekend. I think it came off really well, and I'm already looking forward to next year.
And now a win in Gunnersville was sweet, but I'd have to imagine a win here in Madison is even sweeter.
Yeah, I've been coming here since I was a little kid, the parade and the fireworks and a lot of core childhood memories here. But to bring it home for the hometown and have them all line the beach, that was really, really cool. You don't get to experience anything like that anywhere else. So, like I said, I'm more happy for everyone here that hung out all day, listened to the bands, enjoyed the event. Thanks for everything, you guys.
A big congratulations to you and the team. Guys, a big statement made here in Madison.
Erica, thank you very, very much. And I see that big smile on Andrew's face. He's won so much in all different classes, as did you. It never gets old.
Never gets old.
If it does, you quit, right?
Exactly. And for him, I think it's the first hometown win race.
Yep.
For that team. And it's amazing. It's good for the fan. It's good for the organization. Thumbs up to the whole team.
And he's a great champion.
Yes,
he handles it well.
Yes.
And, I mean, he's a fun guy, and he'll joke and play around with you, but when he gets to serious business, he's a great interview. He always takes the time, as our drivers always do. So that is the racing on the water. Everything is clear. Our first place boat on the water, our winner of the 2024 Indiana Governor's Cup, at least on the water, tech inspection pending, is Andrew Tate. And the Madison-owned Miss Goodman Real Estate, J. Michael Kelly, gave it a valiant effort, driving the U1, the Beacon Electric. Mercury's Coffee, Jamie Nielsen comes home in third, and Beacon Plumbing, the U9, and Corey Peabody comes home in fourth place, at least on the water, all pending tech inspection. So while we wait for that to happen, I cannot thank you enough. Jean Theoret, this was a pleasure.
The pleasure is mutual. If ever you want to do it again, let me know.
I will do that. I promise I will learn some more Francois the next time I do it.
Francois, not French.
Those are big words right there. I will do my very best. You, sir, are welcome on my broadcast and my microphone anytime you want.
Great pleasure. Thank you so much.
You be careful going home.
Okay,
I will see you in San Diego,
you.
if not before, and go congratulate with go celebrate with the guys in the 11 camp.
Thank you so much.
Jean Theoret, ladies and gentlemen, a true champion in so many ways, not just a boat racer. All right, I think we'll throw it down to Erica. She's talking with J. Michael Kelly.
Mike, you told me coming into this weekend that the goal was to stay out of trouble and collect as many points as possible, and you did just that in that one. So what is your take on all that and ensued? Are you happy leaving Madison here this weekend?
No, I'm definitely happy. I mean, with losing the points for our second heat yesterday after winning, that was pretty tough. But we bounced back, collected some points. We didn't get any more heat wins. It would have been nice to win that final. But we did everything we were supposed to do. I got the inside lane. I wired another start, and I almost let him down to the turn 2. So, I mean, that was pretty cool. There for a minute, I thought I had it, but it just wasn't our day today. And but overall, I give the team so much credit. Never gave up. We got faster and faster, and the boat was faster in that final. And so, yeah, now we just in the weekend both boats are in one piece, and we got some points on a tough race, and so we'll just move forward.
Still a lot to be proud of after that one, and we look forward to seeing both you and your teammate in the Tri-Cities.
Yeah, Beacon Electric, Beacon Plumbing, Daryl and Vanessa Strong, Bill Cahill, the Campbell brothers, and then all our crew guys and gals. Just can't thank them enough and allowing us to get behind the wheel. So we're pretty lucky to get to do it, and just glad to come out in one piece, and we'll move on to the next race.
Well, thank you so much, Mike. Guys, back to you.
Thank you very much, Erica, for all your hard work down there in the pit area. I know you've got places you've got to get. Erica, cut you loose. Thank you very, very much for everything that you did this weekend. It was an incredible job by a group of people, Erica. Thank you. If I get a chance to see if you swing by the start-finish line, come by and say goodbye. But we have the 91 has cleared tech inspection, and we may have a new world record. So it has cleared tech inspection, meaning the Miss Goodman Real Estate is the winner of the 2024 Indiana Governor's Cup. We got that cleared within 10 minutes in Guntersville. We did it again in Madison, Indiana. Mike Denslow, that's what I'm talking about. These fans need to go home. It's official. It's done. Oh, I said goodbye to Erica. Now she's got Corey Peabody. Erica, take it away.
Corey, a fight till the end in this one. What went into this podium effort here this weekend?
Well, I was just disappointed that it kind of took us out of contention, going through the first turn. I probably had too much wheel into it, and I just trying to hold tight so I keep as much on Mike's hip as I could, but it might have been too much. It means 2 heats in a row that I've botched that first turn, but you got to bounce back. I'm happy to get the 3rd place, happy to be on the podium, Beacon Plumbing, Beacon Electric, and pisses me off, but, you live and learn, and, I can't do anything about it, so I'm just going to keep my chin up and prepare for Tri-Cities, and we'll go from there.
Well, if anybody can bounce back, it's definitely you, so thank you so much for the time, and we look forward to seeing you back out west.
All right, thanks, Erica.
Thank you, Erica, very much. Again, yeoman's work for that young lady down there, her and Mickey Washburn. It's hot down there. And they are doing, they're working on those docks. They had their sea legs that you were talking about. That's not an easy job, and they did a tremendous job doing it. You're looking at the mercuryscoffee.com as it gets lifted out of the water. We understand the driver's rep has been requested to the 11. But most importantly, the U91 has cleared tech. Mike, that's a big deal as fast as that was done.
Definitely is, and I could not be more proud of our H1 team.
They rock. They rock. And that just made my day right there. Did you catch that, Gio? That's good stuff. Gio here's been right in front of us. He's been standing in the heat. He's the one with the big camera here right at the start-finish line. And And I look around, and we could go around. We'd probably forget somebody, but certainly the stat man back there, Nick Kish, Tana Morissette, all of their work that they do to make this thing. We talked about crawl, walk, run. We took some baby steps yesterday. We quit crawling, we started walking, and I think we're walking out of here. This H1 Unlimited live stream team, and yeah, I'm being a homer right now, and if somebody wants to light me up on social media, go for it, because this team deserves all the accolades. This is great. Look what you're looking at on the screen right now. It's just awesome, and I don't know, it's the old line, you know, you go down the Amazon with them, but Erica Allreed, Mickey Washburn, I see they're on their way up here. This is a team that was pulled together literally 2.5 months ago. We didn't know each other. I didn't know these guys. I had met Gio once. I didn't know Mickey Washburn. None of us knew Erica Allreed. And here we are working together, and it's fabulous.
I know I told you and Erica a little earlier that someone asked me, whose daughter or granddaughter knows so much about hydroplanes?
Yeah.
No, that's just a professional reporter who does their homework and shows up prepared and is ready to go when the camera turns on and we say, go, Erica.
It was interesting. She told me when she said, I'll have a pre-race report for the final heat. And I said, great. And she goes, I'm going to talk about the first turn. I'm going to talk about this and that. And I said, well, I really like your pre-race reports. You're not interviewing anybody. You're just kind of having a pre-race report. She goes, yes, we had 5 preliminary heats. We had 5 drivers. I interviewed a different one, and I used my discussion and my pre-heat discussion about each driver.
She's
That's
amazing.
very professional.
Yep.
Yours truly's been doing this for 25 years. I wouldn't think that far.
Well, your notes right here, you need a change of glasses just to read them. So, yeah.
I have the easy job. I just look at the boats and talk about what I see and have a lot of fun. These guys have done all of the work.
I'm glad we had a final heat. I'm glad that the 91, our winner, cleared. I'm glad that Indiana, Madison, and the governor of Indiana is going to be able to hand over a trophy that cannot be questioned.
Yep.
And we had some tough moments this weekend, but we bounced back, and I couldn't be more proud.
Well, I think we can all be proud, and we can hold our heads up out of here. Nobody hold them up any higher than the U91 Goodman Real Estate team, Andrew Tate, and the Miss Madison Racing team. The local team was the big winner. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to look at our stat man here and kind of figure out where he wants us to go. I'm sure we're going to cover the... All right, so we're going to unplug and step away from here, and we're going to turn it over to the voice of the Madison Regatta, Jeff Ayler. He will handle the award ceremony. We'll have a camera at that ceremony, so you'll get to see it all. It's coming quickly. People are coming together up here. Mike Denslow, thank you very, very much. Would you please take that piece of paper that just got stuck on my back? We've been having some fun here, but we've got something else coming up here. Can't see it. Second place, J. Michael Kelly in the U1, the Beacon Electric, cleared tech. Mike, last week in Guntersville, when I got the fact that our winner, 91, had cleared tech, I honestly, in 25 years, had never remembered being able to confirm a winner before I shut my headset off. I did it in Guntersville. You were standing right here with me when Tana said, hey, by the way, I got this. The 91 is cleared. I want to thank our officials for the transparency and everything they did. This whole thing is coming together, Mike. I'm really excited right now.
Yeah, after being DSQ'd yesterday, Daryl Strong put a quote on the internet, on Facebook, said, I support the officials. Couldn't have been a better thing to happen on the day of the final race, and now here we are. We made it to the end. Great job, Brad, as always, and I can't wait for Tri-Cities.
I'm going to sign it off from here. We got to send it out to Jeff Ayler, but on behalf of the entire H1 Unlimited live stream team, Jean Thioret and Erica Allreed, this is Brad Luce signing off from the start-finish line. We'll send it over to Jeff Ayler. Stand by.
Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Testing, 1 2 1 2. I think. Yeah. Guys, great job. Bear with me. This is going to be a little awkward because of Janice Johnson. Janice.
That's Joe Johnson's wife.
Is she coming up?
Yes, they're trying to get her up right now.
And you just stay right here with me.
I'm going right here.
Don't go far away from me.
Why?
Good afternoon. Did you have a good time? Oh, come on. The weather and the water we had here this weekend, you had to have a wonderful time. We're going to kind of go off the cuff here with our awards. We're going to start out with Pro Light. It was the Joe Johnson Memorial Pro Light Championship. And representing the family is Joe's widow, Janice Johnson, and Joe's brother, Dave Johnson. Right in front of the... Janice, you take your time. Brian Johnson, Joe's son, with us. And Pro Light guys, we'll go as quickly as we can. Right there, Janice. That's fine, sweetheart. You can sit if you want, Janice. Let's go ahead and bring Janice's chair over. Thank you. The Joe Johnson Memorial Pro Light Championship first. Brian, your father, I miss him, and quite an honor.
He was a tremendous guy. He loved the regatta. He loved all these things. We miss him too.
Let's give the family a round of applause. And if you can tuck in as tight as you can for our photographers. And here comes Travis, part of the Miss Mercury's Coffee Racing team. Travis, thank you for joining us. The Joe Johnson Memorial Pro Light in third position was Jeff Sancure. Jeff, congratulations. Get your hardware from Mark Hamilton. And stay right here with us, please. Second place in Pro Light, the Joe Johnson Memorial, Joe Less. And you'll get your hardware from Jake McCormick, Madison Regatta president. Stay right here, and then after we present the winner, we'll all bunch up and get a photo op, not only for historical purposes, but promotional purposes as well. Pro Light winner, the Joe Johnson Memorial. What a ride by Dylan Godell. Dylan, congratulations. It's been a struggle since September 2022, but today she woke up in Madison, Indiana on July 2024.
Yes, sir. We worked hard rebuilding that boat, and we put a lot of effort into it. I thank my team this weekend, too, especially Gary Chalfant. He came down the flyboy, so he was instrumental, my dad and Chris.
Dylan, congratulations. You owe me a sud, you said.
Yeah, anytime.
Dylan Goodell, our Joe Johnson Memorial Pro Light Championship winner. If we all can, please, we would like to get a photo of the Johnson family and our top 3 finishers. Just scrunch in the best you can. Photographers, are you good? Thank you, Pro Light teams. You're welcome. Wanted to bring in Kyle Bipes. He'll be representing the regatta here for the Hoosier Nationals, presented by Reliable Diamond Tool, and also, too, the sponsor here this weekend for the Hoosier Nationals Grand Prix Final, Jonathan Thompson from Reliable Diamond Tool. Come on in. Jonathan, thank you for your support and love for this sport. We love you. All right. In third position in Grand Prix, part of the HRL GPA Challenge, Kevin Ekert in the Charger. Second place in Grand Prix, the most colorful boat name this weekend, the Dam Family, Bad Influence, Reliable Diamond Tool. Second place to Jeff Bernard. Joining Jeff is his daughters Blakely and Rylan. The big hardware for the Hoosier Nationals Grand Prix Championship presented by Reliable Diamond Tool, part of the HRL GPA Challenge. Your winner in River City Printing presents Sunrise Party Cove, Brandon Kennedy. Boy, you got a load. Congratulations. That 35 runs a full tilt. Look good. You're 10 for 10 in 2024.
Yeah, nothing like putting a big target on your back going in the Valley Field, but job's not finished. We're going to keep this thing going. That team behind me is incredible. We've done a lot of work this winter, this season. I mean, these 2 races back-to-back with all this heat, they're the true winners here, not just me.
Brandon, thank you. Here's the hardware back, and we would like to get a photo opportunity. Kyle Bipes, if you would join us, scrunch in as close as you can so our photographers can get pictures here of our Grand Prix top 3. Just everyone bear with us for a moment. We have 3 H1 Memorial Heat races. We need to hand out hardware first. And then after that, we'll go to the big stuff. And the big guy is here from Indianapolis Pike, Governor Holcomb. While we wait, if we could please, I'd like to introduce 2024 Miss Madison Regatta Queen winner, Riley Poling. Could you come up with your court and get a photo op? Take your time. We had 3 H1 Unlimited heats with memorials, and we had a plaque for each one. We're going to kind of go in erratic order. We're going to go to H1 Unlimited Heat 4 first. The Bob Hughes Memorial, presented by Rivertown Bar and Grill. Kendra Perry will represent Clifty Engineering in the memory of Bob Hughes. And we'd like to bring up Joe Breek, the owner of Rivertown Bar and Grill. Joe, would you join Kendra? And Kendra, go over to your right a little bit. And right next to Joe, Corey. Your winner was Corey Peabody in the Beacon Plumbing. Kendra, I talked to you Friday, and you're here in the memory of Bob Hughes with Clifty Engineering, and he's looking down. I think he's ready for a drink. It got a little hot this afternoon.
He's probably already had a few. Yeah. But Clifty Engineering congratulates Corey. He's a great competitor, and we're super proud to have them come to our shop every year, and the door's wide open for him. But Bob was a huge part of the Regatta. So again, we appreciate that we're able to come and represent him, and we thank everyone so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Kendra. Corey, just a moment. Joe Breek, you'll be up here many times, but we'll go ahead and talk to you this time. Rivertown Bar and Grill, thank you so much for your support of Madison Regatta.
Yep, love the river, love the town. Lived here my whole life, and glad to be a supporter. Love the boats, we really do.
Joe Breek. Corey Peabody, you won Heat 4. You didn't win the one you wanted here moments ago, but I know you have to be happy the Bob Hughes Memorial Heat Race winner, and Clifty Engineering has been a partner with Strong Racing since 2021 and a temporary boat shop for you guys when you come to Madison.
Yeah, I couldn't be happier to get this win for them. They do open their doors to us every single year. They actually call us and offer us a spot. This year they made us all lunch with their employees and everything, so thank you, Kendra, for inviting us, our team, taking care of us, and throughout the year, too, for anything that we need. But really appreciate everyone coming out, supporting us in boat racing. The Beacon Plumbing and Beacon Electric boats will be back next year, and hopefully we have better finishes.
Thank you, Corey. Just stand there quiet still for just a moment. We'll get some more photos. Thank you. Okay, we'll move up to H1 Unlimited Heat number 3. It was the Clint Newman Memorial. We'd like to bring in Clint Newman's son, Clint Newman III, with family. Make your way there. Your winner of the Clint Newman Memorial was Andrew Tate in Goodman Real Estate. Right over here, gentlemen, and Andrew, you'll get a plaque. You'll be getting many more. Let's get the photos, and then I can speak to Mr. Newman III. Clint, thank you for your support, and I knew your father, and he's missed dearly.
He is missed dearly. This was one of the most beautiful afternoons of racing I've ever had here, and I just want to thank the race committee and everyone here, and especially the Miss Madison team, for making this a perfect memorial. For my dad, this was his favorite place on earth, and I wouldn't miss this race for the world. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. We'll move to heat number 5 in H1 Unlimited. It was the Jim McCormick Memorial presented by Rivertown Bar and Grill. Representing Jim McCormick, his grandson Jake McCormick, Madison Regatta president, and Joe Breek with Rivertown Bar and Grill. Joe? Your winner of the Jim McCormick Memorial, Andrew Tate, Miss Goodman Real Estate. We spoke to Joe. We'll get to Andrew later, and Jake, we'll talk to you more, but I know you'd like to say some kind words about your late grandfather. When he won this here in '71, I was 7½, and I got the disease. I couldn't get rid of it. Darn you, Jim.
I don't always get through these well when we start talking about Jim, but I've said it before and I'll say it again. That event shaped my life before I was even thought of. Thanks to the city of Madison for inviting me in to have the honor to represent this team. I know I rode those coattails in pretty hard, but hopefully I lived up to the name. We put on a good show this weekend, and we're able to present an award in his name. Thanks, everyone.
Jake McCormick. All right, we're getting ready for the big ones, but first, the gentleman that waves the racing green flags 365 days a year in Madison, Indiana. Mayor Bob Courtney, come up. You have a special presentation, I understand. Take it away.
Hello, everybody. Have you had a great regatta? You know, the city of Madison loves this tradition of the regatta. Jake, I want to thank you for yours and your team of bringing this sport really to the highest part it could be and representing the city of Madison so well. So before we recognize Governor Holcomb, I want to present Jake McCormick with a key to the city, acknowledging all of his hard work. This race was really on its back a few years ago. You and Kyle have done a phenomenal job, and the city is very grateful. Jake, proud of you, man. Proud of you, brother. And now Governor Holcomb is here. I'd like to ask the governor here and ask Jake to, you know, like I've told him before, it may not open up the door, but it'll open up our hearts, right? It's the key to our hearts. And Governor Holcomb, I want to thank you. You've been a great supporter for the city of Madison. There's not been a greater governor that has loved Madison more and has really supported us in everything that we've done. And on behalf of the city of Madison and the Madison Regatta organization, we'd like to present Governor Holcomb with a thank you, if you wouldn't mind grabbing that. And we're going to miss you. We know that this may be your last regatta as our governor, but it's not your last regatta, right? Next year is the 75th year, and we can't wait to have you back here in 2025. Governor, thank you.
Thank you, Governor.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Mayor. Now we're ready for the big ones. Riley Poling, I'd like you and every award presented here with our unlimited boats, please make your way up. Thank you. We'll go third, second, up to first. But first of all, Morgan Foods out of Austin, Indiana was the Indiana Governor's Cup sponsor. Would Reva Bentley please make your presence up front, please? You were nominated? Yes. Okay, it's like John Charles Daly on the original What's My Line. Sign in, please, verbally. Who are you?
Reva Bentley.
You are Reva Bentley. I thought that was. I need to re-sign in. Reva, thank you so much with the support of Morgan Foods and John Morgan. Madison Regatta is so indebted to your support, and thank you so much.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Now, do you want to be part of the photos?
Sure.
All right. You take a step there, Reva. Reva Bentley with Morgan Foods. Jake McCormick will present the third place hardware for the Madison Regatta. Third position in the Indiana Governor's Cup, Corey Peabody, U9 Beacon Plumbing. Jake, come back real quick. I want to talk to Corey briefly. And goodness, not a way to get a spot-free rents. Fill us in.
Well, can I get my family up here first? They want to.
You sure can.
Paisley, you want to come up here? This is one of my fans here in Madison. She follows us a lot, so I thought it'd be cool to get her up here in front of all her friends and family. I got my wife.
They can come up. Stacy and kids, come on up. And talk us through what happened down there in the final heat.
Vanessa, my owner, can you please come up here? This is my owner, Vanessa Strong. She's a shy one, but come on up. I put her boat through a lot of crap these last couple of weekends, but, you know, they keep me around. We just wanted to pull some shenanigans there in the beginning and see what we could do. And, you know, the start was great. Going through the first turn was great, but I just didn't get the wheel turned enough when I came out of that corner and into the spray I went. It was 100% my fault. Getting tired of saying that, but that's what racing is. You know, hopefully you guys had a great show. There's some fast boats. Some really fast boats out there. You know, we're one of them, but your hometown boat is something else. Congratulations to you guys, Andrew. You guys did great. Kennedy's, your GP's lights out. It's freaking awesome to see. I told Daryl we want one, but we'll see. Right now, we're just happy to be here, happy to be on the podium. Beacon Plumbing, Beacon Electric, Clifty Engineering, all of you guys, thank you very much, and we'll see you again next year. Thank you.
We could kind of bunch up and we'll get a photo, please. And thank you, Corey. Corey Peabody, third place. Reva and Riley, please stay right there. We'll bring back Madison Mayor Bob Courtney to award the second place trophy. There's Mayor Courtney. Second place in the final heat, Morgan Foods Indiana Governor's Cup, J. Michael Kelly, Beacon Electric. Sorry. Y'all good? Jay Michael, second place. You're a competitor, and you love lane one, but not the result you wanted, but you still got a strong boat.
Yeah, no, definitely needed lane one all weekend long. That final was kind of a teaser for me. I thought I had it there for a split second, and then a lot of Goodman in my right mirror. Congrats to Andrew and the Goodman team. They were definitely really fast this weekend. Same to my teammate Corey in the Beacon Plumbing. Ran awesome all weekend long, and then just had a mishap there in the final. So really pleased with the Beacon Electric performance. The guys worked really hard, but really just want to thank the city of Madison. Really look forward to coming back here every single year. Love the parade. Love the people here. Made a lot of great friends. So I look forward to it every single year. Daryl, Vanessa Strong, thank you. My entire crew, the Campbells, my teammate Corey, my wife and children, and then there's one guy I've been leaving out for a while, and that's the guy that talks in my ear. We really connected this weekend, and that's Tim Collins. So, Tim, if you're listening, thank you, and yeah, just thank you, everybody. Congrats to everybody, and yeah, look forward to coming back.
J. Michael Kelly, second place. Riley and Reva, stay right there, please. We'll bring in Jake McCormick with Madison Regatta. Let's welcome back to the podium Indiana Governor Eric Holcomb. All right. It's the big one. Morgan Foods Indiana Governor's Cup. Your winner, Miss Madison Racing's Miss Goodman Real Estate driver, Andrew Tate at the 74th Madison Regatta.
How you doing, man?
I'm good. Andrew, let me get a word with you quickly because I think the celebration is about to begin. It's getting itchy. Congratulations, you drove hard.
Yeah, definitely drove hard. J. Michael Kelly drove a hell of a race there in the inside in lane one and kept us honest. Thank you to my entire team who's behind me over here. Thank you to the town of Madison. This is very, very exciting for me. Usually if I were to be up here in any other color as years past, I'd be getting yelled at and whatever else. But it's really nice to be on the other side of the fence and represent such a great history and heritage here. I'm tickled to death.
Jake McCormick, grab that governor's cup, hand it to Governor Holcomb for the last time as governor of the state of Indiana. We'll get these 5, and then I know you're itching at the bit to get on this horn.
I just love listening to you.
Crank 'em up.
Crank 'em up.
Here's your winner, the Indiana Governor's Cup, presented by Morgan Foods, Andrew Tate. With us is Miss Madison Incorporated President Charlie Grooms. The microphone is all yours. Take it away.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you. Supposed to get this real close? Sure. Is that how it works? Yeah. Got to talk real loud? Okay.
Pretend you're yelling at me.
Michael, what the hell's going on with that boat? Anyway, crew chief extraordinaire, my good friend, and we're bringing back to Madison, but a big round of applause for our crew chief. Former driver, he's all kind of things. Some we like, some we don't, but we love him for the most part. Michael Hansen.
Thanks for letting me do it. Oh, I didn't know I had to talk too. No, we got, there's a lot of great guys here involved with this race team. Yeah. Sontag? Is he sitting again? No, some of these guys are from Madison, as you well know, and they've some of these people have been on this race team for 30 years, much like me and Charlie have been. And it's a pleasure. It's a love of the sport. It's a love of what Miss Madison really is. The fact that the city, you guys all own this stuff we get to play with. And thank you for letting us do that. We try to take care of it. We try to make it go fast. We do the best we can. A lot of these other guys are from all over the country. They fell in love with the Miss Madison story as well and are part of it. And we couldn't do it without any of them. We got some people from Houston, Lexington, Michigan. You know, I mean, it's all over the place. Me and my brother Larry, we're from Seattle. And I got hats off to my brother Larry. He built some awesome race motors for us, has for a long, long time. And, you know, don't tell everybody, but that's the secret. You got to have some good shit. So thank you for letting us have it.
Governor Holcomb, thank you for being here again. Let's hear from you.
Well, congratulations to all the teams for competing. It really is a joy to watch when a team comes together and really strives for excellence and then brings it home. You got her done. And there's a few things that you have to do when you're the governor, and then there's a lot of things that you want to do. This is something that I want to do, and I'd love just seeing you bring it home. Congratulations.
Governor, one final word from Jake McCormick, Madison Regatta president, and then the crew can squeeze in here and get the photos because I'm getting thirsty. Jake, great job.
Thank you, Jeff. I want to thank the governor for being here today to, you know, help hoist up that big trophy yet again. You've been a big supporter of this city, this event, this race team, and all of us here in Madison, so thank you. Andrew, thanks for sending me out in such style. I'd been really mad if my last year president you lost, dude. We might fist fight in the parking lot. Madison, thank you for the opportunity you gave me to represent this great organization. I'll never forget it.
All right, Andrew. They said I didn't talk to you with this one. Is that right? That's what I thought. Talk again.
Yeah, you're putting me on the spot here, but this team, the equipment, I am so proud to be a part of it all. My whole family showed up this time, which was really cool to have them here. I've been coming here since I was 2-3 years old, watching the fireworks in the parade. Yeah, they probably should come up here, shouldn't they? Grandma's here. It's really been a 4th of July family affair here in Madison, Indiana for years and years and years. I'm 34 now, and it's something I look forward to every year. I'm just so happy to represent this town and this sport, and you know, thank you guys for everything, more than anything.
Just one more thing real quick. While we're doing the live stream, this is live. You got the live stream going, right? I surely couldn't. We couldn't do this without the help, support, and love of John Goodman and the Goodman Real Estate Firm. John is supported as well by two key executives. George Petrie is his CEO, who's a big fan supporter. We've got to know George real well and love him. Kelly Jo Norris was here, her first trip to Madison. She's en route back to Seattle right now, but I don't know if she's watching the live stream or not, but I know she watched the final, and we certainly want to thank her. So on behalf of Goodman, their support of Madison, their support of our sport, their support of our race team is unwavering. Last year was a, you know, I guess I can say it because this is the way I do. Last year was a piece of shit, okay, for us in many, many ways. But we're really happy about the way we're gelling. Andrew's still got a lot to learn, but that's okay. We love him to death, and we're certainly proud to have him, and looking forward to a greater show as we move west. Two things real quickly. Mike lost his father recently, so we've got a sticker on the back of the boat. Remember him, the Phantom. We call him the Phantom. So remember the Phantom. And then also Mike Noonan. Mike lost his wife, 3 days ago, on Monday or Tuesday. And so we did this for her as well. Skeeter, we love you. Thanks for letting Mike have us, or letting us have Mike's, is what I'm trying to say. But Mike was bopping back and forth from Lexington, Kentucky, his home, and certainly has become a big part of our team. And thank you, Mike. Thanks to your family for letting us have you. And God bless you and your late wife. So On behalf of the Miss Madison board, the Miss Madison team, the citizen owners, the governor, and Andrew, thank you all so much for supporting this event. Thank you, Jake, your committee. I know it's in good hands. Things are going really, really well, and we certainly want to support that any way we can. And if you need something, yell. We'll do what we can. Mayor, thank you for all you're doing as well. It's been a pleasure to be a part of this event, and we certainly hope we help. We certainly try. We put all the eggs in this basket for this event on the East Coast, and certainly we're really proud of our performance and proud of the support that you guys give us. So thank you once again, and let's go have a cocktail. Thank you.
All right, crew, jump in, watch the cord, celebrate. That will wrap up the award ceremony at the 2024 Madison Regatta. If you're leaving, remember, leave the racing on the water. Be safe traveling home. Let's send it back over now to Brad Luce, the voice of H1 Unlimited.
Thank you very much, Jeff Ayler. A great job, as always, on the awards ceremony here in Madison, Indiana, and it was an especially joyous occasion as the hometown boat, the Goodman Real Estate, is going to walk out of here with the 2024 Indiana Governor's Cup. So I think that's pretty much a wrap on what was an extremely successful weekend. We had great racing. We had great water conditions. All the boats are going back on the trailer sunny side up. Nobody extended a lot of damage. For our H1 Unlimiteds, I know all 5 of them are going on the trailers and headed out west. That's good news for our folks on the second half of our circuit. But it was a great weekend. Madison, Indiana played a wonderful host role here for all classes of our race boats, our Pro Lights, our Grand Prix, and of course our H1 Unlimiteds. The weather, I don't think you could have drawn it up any better. Yep, we had a little rain on Friday, but once that went through, it just kept getting better and better and better. And as I told the mayor here of Madison, I said, your town showed very well. This is one of the really, really fun stops on the H1 Unlimited Tour. If you've never been here and you're a boat race fan, put it on your bucket list. You need to come to Madison, Indiana. Congratulations one last time to the Goodman Real Estate Miss Madison Racing driver Andrew Tate. They ruled the waters of the Ohio River, and they walk out of here as the hometown winner with the big piece of hardware. Next up for our H1 Unlimiteds will be July 26th through the 28th for the Apollo Columbia Cup in Tri-Cities, Washington on the Columbia River, and we will be there. We hope you will be too. For Jeff Ayler and Jordan Bear on the Madison, PA, the entire H1 live stream team, Jean Thioret and Erica Allreed, this is Brad Luce saying so long from Madison, Indiana.